Hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Todd. Welcome in to the reaction stream. Glad you're here. If this is your first time here, hit that follow button on Twitch. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're watching later via YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it greatly. It's a free and easy way to support the channel. And hopefully I pop back up on your algorithm. Can't guarantee it, but hopefully. What's up, Rack? Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Monday to you. I hope you had a good weekend. I definitely did. It was a lot of staying in, which honestly these days is probably a wise decision. But I did make it out to the movie theater, and I was able to finally see Project Hail Mary, which was fascinating. Fascinating. Very good movie. I will talk a little bit more about it in a second, but first, a little bit of house cleaning. These are all member-requested videos we're about to see today off of toddreacts.com. If you would like to join, certainly check it out. All these tiers that you see before you are video requesting tiers, which is nice. They do have little differences here and there, so go ahead and check those out. And, of course, the winter collection of merch is available right now. Ships worldwide. Quality is guaranteed on every single order. And, yeah, check it out. 15% off for members. I think I forgot to say that. And the accessories as well. You can check them all out. Lots of various colors and sizing and all that good stuff. So check that out. And of course, if you're watching at a later time, what is going on with the YouTube channel? That was weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Is that like a new? No idea why it's cutting those off. Anyway, check out the YouTube channel if you're already there watching this later. Over 14,800 of you have already hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it greatly. There's 1,200 videos in the backlog, by the way. So go ahead and check those out if you haven't already. And of course, last but certainly not least, we do have the wonderful, the amazing, I need to bring it up. I didn't bring it up. Apparently, it updated. That's the issue. Got it. It's always updating. We do have the wonderful, as always, Discord. As you see at the top there, it tells you I'm live, which is super handy. And of course, we have tons of different fandom channels for you to check out, and certainly community channels as well for you to get to know each other. I think we're closing in on 340 members, which is wild. It's absolutely wild. We do have a monthly Discord stream, so if you're looking to check that out, that's a good reason to join, certainly. Everybody's invited. If you're in the Discord, you can join it. We hold that every month for series members' video requests, so it kind of gets them off the queue a little faster, a little perk to that tier, so definitely check that out if you're looking at tiers. But yeah, join us. We're going to be doing that probably... Boy, might do it Saturday. Saturday might be a good day to do it. So check that out. Certainly join before then. I'll make the announcement, of course, as always. But definitely check it out. Does anyone know why the last live is not on YouTube? Good question. Good question. YouTube is being a little interesting as of late. Basically, when I uploaded it, it had 2 songs that were blocking it from worldwide view, which is not good. So I removed one of them, worked great. I went to remove the second one, and it just is never removed. So it's not removing itself. So I was like, all right, we'll edit it in YouTube, which is kind of a pain, but it is what it is. Tried to remove that song entirely. It did, but the claim was still there for the time. This is a lot of inside baseball that most of you probably don't care about, but basically, I think it's a glitch or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'll upload it to the website for members. It does need to be members only just because it is such a large file. It's like 4 hours worth of stream. That is a stipulation that the hosts put on the website, unfortunately. But I'll work on it. I'll try to remove, I think what I'm going to do is I'll remove that section before uploading it to YouTube. And I think that might be a way around it because it was very strange. tried to remove it. I did remove it, and then it just wouldn't disappear. So it's still blocked for the entire world, which is obviously not a good thing. So I'll work on it. It'll get up there eventually. It's been a pain. It's been a pain pretty much all weekend. Welcome in, Olivia. You are welcome. All right. What was I doing? Oh yeah, that's right. I was talking about the Discord. And before we jump into everything, I just want to say a quick little something about what is this? What do I bring up? Rotten Tomatoes? Yeah, let's bring up Rotten Tomatoes, I guess. All right. Let's go ahead and remove the Discord preview. There we go. So you can actually see. I saw Project Hail Mary over the weekend. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for and this is a good issue to have. I've been waiting for the movie theaters to get a little bit more light. For the longest time, this movie, and still, frankly, this movie has a lot of people going to see it. Even with the movie, Michael just came out and a bunch of other stuff. Still, a lot of demand for this film. Still a ton of showings and stuff like that. I was kind of floored by it. But I was able to sneak in there. It was still a pretty packed theater, but I was like, all right, I got to get in here. I got to check it out eventually. But I will say this, if you have not seen this movie and you're a fan of sci-fi, or maybe you saw Interstellar and you really liked it, or The Martian, or any of those kind of films, you will definitely like this. I mean, these ratings are high, and they're deservedly high. It is a very good movie. Very good. I haven't read the novel. I know the novel's extremely popular. So I was going into it extremely blind. Like I hadn't watched any of the trailers or anything like that. I was trying to, because I knew it was going to be good, just based off of other people's opinions and the kind of buzz it had. I was like, all right, this is going to be kind of one of those Interstellar things. I don't want to spoil anything. So I tried my best to not watch or consume anything Project Hail Mary. And it worked. It worked. It was a beautiful story. Lots of fun. Definitely check it out. I'll say this. A lot of people are comparing it to The Martian. A lot of people are comparing it to Interstellar. They're saying, where do you rank it? Where do you rank it? I don't know if I want to rank it, frankly. That's kind of a cop-out, but it is what it is. It's a very fun, entertaining, emotionally draining movie. It is quite a roller coaster. I will say this. Compared to Interstellar had its moments. Certainly in the beginning when Cooper left the farm, that was very emotional. But then for the majority of that movie, until, kind of the later half, it wasn't extremely emotional. This movie hits that low note a couple more times than I was prepared for. It was, by the end, I was like, wow, we really went through that. And it felt like, obviously we're not in that situation, but it felt like we went through it with Ryan's character. Like, it was unbelievably draining, but satisfying. So satisfying. So if you have not seen it, highly, highly recommend check it out. Before it leaves theaters would be my recommendation. I never saw Interstellar in theaters, and till this day, it's kind of a disappointment. I don't think I saw it in theaters, or I can't remember. Maybe it's been too long. Yeah, I don't think I did. I'm trying to remember, and I can't. So maybe I didn't. That's probably a good sign, right? If you can't remember, chances are you didn't do it. Definitely check this one out in theaters. I think it's worth it. It is a big, big production, and I think you will love it. Absolutely love it. I did. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Alrighty, let's go through the lineup here. It is. Now, this is going to be interesting because it's only 3 things, technically. The lineup today is short in comparison to last week, or Friday, I suppose. We're going to start off with 2 Grey's Anatomy posts.
Just do it!
Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. What's up, Narwhal? All right. I totally forgot about that Shia LaBeouf. That took me way off guard. Man. Anyway, it's going to be 2 Grey's Anatomies edits back-to-back to start. And it's going to be Meredith with another person. So both of them have Meredith, and it's going to be 2 different love interests, I think. One with Derek, one with Nathan. I don't know if they're both love interests. I'm just taking a wild guess there. But the thumbnails lead me to believe, yes. They're definitely making out in both thumbnails. So taking a little risk there, but I don't think it's a risk. And then after that, we do have Elite, Patrick, and Yvonne. That'll be interesting. I don't think I've reacted to it much. I think I've done it once, actually. So we'll be checking in on that again. And as always, we'll be adding context through information and links and all that good stuff. And then we will end stream with 2 Dan and Phil videos. One is an actual Dan and Phil video. I jump scared myself with that. Well, welcome in. That totally took me off guard. I was like, where is that sound coming from? I thought I opened something, like when I opened Project Hail Mary Rotten Tomatoes or something. So one is actually a Dan and Phil video, and then the other one is a compilation fan edit. So that should be very interesting. Let's go ahead and jump into the first one. It is Let Me Let You Go, Nathan and Meredith. Both of these videos are so good. Nice. Happy to hear that. Looking forward to it. All right. Let's see. Do I have this ready? I do. I started stream without any of the links ready. Actually, yeah. And I was like, wait, what am I doing? Why did I start stream without doing that? Thanks for subscribing for 4 months in a row, Joanna. I appreciate it greatly. Happy 4-month streak. All righty. I totally forget to say that every once in a while. I'm like, oh yeah, if you have Amazon Prime, just subscribe to the channel if you would like to support it. I keep forgetting that's like a free perk of having Amazon Prime and Twitch, which apparently they own. But let's go ahead and jump into that first one. Let Me Let You Go. Nathan and Meredith says she thinks I'm in love with you, and I am, Nathan.
Is that what this is about? You blaming me for breaking up you and Riggs?
It's not appropriate for you to be Megan Hunt's surgeon, not when she doesn't have the whole history.
I appreciate it, Joanna.
You're scared
Of what?
of him. Letting him go. I don't go asking you about your dead husband, do
Sometimes I feel like I'm cursed a lot of people die around me.
Sometimes I feel like I'm just waiting for my turn.
That could have been you in that seat with no seatbelt.
I? Yeah, but it wasn't.
I did jump you, didn't I?
Oh, so she doesn't know that you're madly in love with me.
I am not madly in love with you.
I think about you. A lot.
I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that. I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that.
You okay?
Yeah, I think so. Do you want to go out to dinner?
Yes.
To know too much already.
Anything can happen, Dr. Gray.
All
We're hanging out.
I don't hang out.
Good.
you let me call me friend, but keep me closer. I know
Nathan.
come
and sit with me a while.
is over. Quiet
So you're thinking about me.
I'm on my own.
She thinks I'm still in love with you.
And I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that.
thinks I'm in love with you, and I am.
But nothing is better sometimes.
It's an interesting declaration of love.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry if I scared you. I was fine, I'm fine.
Let's just let it go. Let me let you.
Oh my gosh. That phone software just whoa.
Quiet when I'm coming home and I'm on my own. Like it like, say I like it like that, like it like that.
And have you met anyone, you know,
I
significant?
could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that.
Oh, the relationships, the ups and downs, inner work, romance. You know, I was always told, and I think most of us are always told this, don't, oh gosh, what is the phrase? It's kind of gross. The phrase is gross. Maybe I won't say it, but you know what I mean. Maybe I won't say that phrase. I always was told, you know, don't eat where you know, relieve yourself, if you will. Kind of a anti-work romance stance, which makes sense, I suppose. I mean, obviously you have to spend a lot of time in this location, and if you have a lot of exes in this one location, that's going to be really weird and awkward. And chances are, you know, something might happen that's not good. And the fact that it revolves around your place of work and where you make money and how you support yourself, taking risks in the workplace is difficult. Very difficult. Now, that being said, a lot of people find romance in the workplace. A lot of people find their partners. It's like the number one. I don't know if it's the number one. I'm just totally throwing it out there. I think I looked it up before on stream, where it was like the amount of romances that happen in the workplace is kind of crazy. I think it was like 40%, if I'm remembering correctly. That's where a lot of people meet, which makes sense. I mean, you're spending hours and hours there every single day. You're talking with people constantly. That being said, I've never been one to look for that. I had a coworker once that, oh my gosh, it was like he was running. It was like he was in a competition to see how many coworkers he could get into relationships with. It was unbelievable to witness. It was one of those things. It was like grab your popcorn. This is going to be awkward pretty much every day. It was very strange. Some people are built for that, and some people shy away from that. I am definitely one to. I'm not taking chances. But link down below in the YouTube video description when this gets posted, hopefully. Ugh. The issues of Friday's video is just driving me nuts. But I'm figuring it out. I will figure it out. Go ahead and throw it some love. Also check out their channel. They might have other videos that might interest you, of course. And if they very much so interest you, that was a weird way to say that, definitely request them for stream. Can't imagine dating someone from work. I'd want home and work to be completely separated from each other. Yeah, I totally understand that. Totally understand that. A lot of people do date the people that they work with. I guess that's kind of a risky endeavor, but hey, it pays off sometimes, right? I actually know two that met each other in the workplace, got married, have kids, living a nice little family life. So, hey, I guess it can work sometimes. It can work. It can definitely work. And they literally drive to work together. So I guess you only need one car or one mode of transportation. That's pretty cool. One parking pass or whatever. All right, let's bring up some information on Meredith and Nathan. Let's see. She's been around for a while. First appearance was in 2005. 2005. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. It's been 21 years. Wow. Series protagonist introduced as a surgical intern at the fictional Seattle Grace Hospital. Afterward, Grace Sloan Memorial eventually obtains a position of surgical resident. Later, the position of an attending surgeon. 2016 attains chief of general surgery position as the daughter of world-renowned surgeon Ellis Gray. Struggles with balancing the challenges of being in a competitive profession, maintaining her relationship with her one-night stand and eventual husband, Derek. Her role as a mother, her friendships with her colleagues, her relationships with colleagues, Christina, Izzy, Alex, and George, from a central part of the show's dynamics. Meredith serves as the narrator for the show, focal point of most of the episodes, though other characters' perspectives are also explored. On-screen chemistry with Dempsey has been celebrated as a high point for the series. Meredith Grey has been positively received by critics. Although what's been going on with the critics and the Michael movie, oh my gosh, the biopic, that's been very interesting. So take that with a grain of salt. I think we basically went through the rest. I mean, we have definitely reacted to Grey's Anatomy. I don't want to just rehash the entire thing. Can't imagine dating someone from work. Guess traveling would be easier. Indeed it would. Indeed it would. I don't know. I think, see, when reacting to the BL couples and stuff like that, part of me is like, it would be really neat to work with somebody that you're in a relationship with, in the fact that you can relate to everything. Like, there's literally nothing they can't relate to you on. That seems kind of interesting. But another part of me is just like, yeah, but you don't have that time away where you can really like fill in the day and be like, hey, this is how my day was. This is how I'm feeling. Like, it takes that away, which I guess is good in the fact that you don't really have to disclose anything because they were there for all of it. But also, maybe it's a bad thing for communication sake. Like, it's a good thing to be communicative and talk about your feelings, talk about the day, talk about, how the day went, how you feel about it, that kind of thing. Like, that's a good channel to have open in a relationship. But I don't know. I feel like it's healthier to have time away. And then when you meet up at, nighttime or whatever, it's like hey, I haven't seen you in hours. Haven't seen you in hours. It felt like hours. You have a little reunion, if you will. I don't know. I've never been one to even think about it or consider it, frankly, because I don't want to screw up what I have, basically. People need to have their own space. Yeah, I would say so. Depending on the person, too. Some people, they frankly don't, and they're very, what's the word? Codependent or dependent? Codependent? I can't remember. But some people are really good with that. They're just like, hey, I spend all my time with this person. I don't need any privacy. Privacy, overrated. Some people do need the extra space, and whether it's time or physical space. I think I'm a blend of both. I think I'm comfortable enough to just spend time with people and continually, and also I do need like a little bit of quietness, I suppose, every once in a while, which I guess work kind of is when it's not being interrupted by others. Sometimes it can be nice and quiet, but I don't know. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's look at Nathan here. We haven't really talked about him much before. Created by Shonda Rhimes. Let's see. Introduced in season 12 as a cardiothoracic surgeon who had worked overseas with April during her time in Jordan. After bringing a patient to Gray Sloan Memorial, Riggs begins working there as an attending under Maggie, the chief of cardiothoracic surgery. That makes sense. While at the hospital, develops a romantic relationship with Meredith, who's grieving the loss of her husband, Derek. The relationship becomes complicated when Nathan's long-missing fiancée, Megan, is found alive and brought back home. After Megan's return, Nathan decides to rekindle his relationship with her, and they begin a new life with her son in Los Angeles. Nathan makes his final appearance in season 14, episode Danger Zone. However, it's later revealed in season 18 that Megan, that the couple eventually broke up. Is he coming back? Is he coming back? Is this like the soap opera, nobody's ever gone forever kind of thing? Henderson revealed that his departure was due to a storytelling decision. Okay. Signed a short-term contract. This was my final year, so I was expecting Nathan's storyline to be wrapped up. I think there was clearly something for Nathan in those relationships. Feelings like that, I don't think go away. The nature of his previous commitment to Megan and his feelings around them put him in a horrible state of having to choose between two people he cares about. But honoring his commitment to Megan and following through on that is the right thing to do. It doesn't negate his feelings for Meredith. Complications of Meredith's emotions, the loss of Derek, of course. And moving on from that still plagues her, and there's as much ambiguity, there we go, around all those feelings. The two of them found each other, and that provided good drama. I feel bad for fans who are keen on Meredith and Nathan making it, and not being privy to where each character would go. It's hard to hear these outpourings from those who didn't know it was going to end up like this, but it makes for nice drama. It's something that Shonda does brilliantly. Dashing people's hopes and expectations. That's funny. That's why the show continues to be successful. You can't predict what's going to happen next. That's true. That is very true. You want to keep people guessing. You don't want it to be too, linear where people are just like, oh yeah, they're endgame. They'll get there. Nathan and Meredith should have been endgame. Wow. Weird. I'm on my umpteenth rewatch, and at the beginning of season 14, rewatching all the Riggs and Gray episodes, comparing them to everyone else Meredith has been with since Derek. It's so clear that her best match and her best chemistry was with Riggs. And since he didn't stay with Megan, I don't see why Meg couldn't correct this clear mistake. Interesting. I mean, yeah, technically they could bring him back. They didn't kill off the character. 100% agree, but once Megan was in the picture at all, it was over. There's no going back for Meredith because she wouldn't ever choose someone else over Derek. If Riggs picked Meredith, she wouldn't respect him. But Megan shouldn't have been brought back, in my opinion. She didn't add much. And Murthan, that's the coupling name, we're building something beautiful and strong as a second act type of love. Nathan understood, grounded, pushed her in very healthy ways. Equally, she respected him. It wasn't thrown together like Murnick or Merluka. There was a lot of potential to be endgame. To have Megan and Nathan casually break up like they did is a slap in the face. Agree, it reminds me of the George and Izzy hot romance that ended pretty much overnight. What was the point? I could just tell how much Meredith cared for Nathan and how hard it was for her to see that end. He was the gift Christina sent her, have been the only guys... He and the gift Christina sent her have been the only guys I really liked for her after McDreamy. Love the scene where Nathan found out that Megan was alive and Meredith was so supportive and said, if it was Derek, I would have left already. I kind of love Meredith being her own endgame. Seeing her go from pick me, choose me, love me. Oh gosh, that line. Oh God, I totally forgot about that. Pick me, choose me, love me. To I'm not going to beg you to love me. Made me cheer out loud. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see her find a person, but I'm also enjoying the way it's not the central part of her story. It's very true, and I like that growth for her too, but considering that she went through losing her great love in the end, I do want to see her find someone. Riggs was perfect for her. There was never a competition between them, and he have respected her being a brilliant surgeon in her own right. The first time they hooked up into Amelia's wedding episode still gives me heart flutters. If the series doesn't end with Meredith walking into a bar and there's Riggs looking at her like McDreamy, I'll have a fit. He's the one that got away. He's the one that I could definitely see a future with, as their chemistry was fire. Interesting. Why Martin Henderson's Dr. Nathan Riggs left Grey's Anatomy? Well, we already found out, I think. It was definitely due to storytelling decision, and he only had a short contract, so he was gone either way. Ellen Pompeo, who plays Meredith, obviously, didn't love the love between Riggs and Meredith Grey. If there's one thing Pompeo is not going to do, is keep her opinions to herself. In a 2018 feature in The Hollywood Reporter, Pompeo opened up about Patrick Dempsey's dramatic season 11 exit. Apparently, she felt as if executives prioritized him over her, despite putting the Grey in Grey's Anatomy. Pompeo even said that at one point she asked for a pay bump to put her salary above Dempsey, because the show is Grey's Anatomy, and I'm Meredith Grey. They wouldn't give it to me, and I could have walked away, so why didn't I? It's my show. I'm number one. Ultimately, Pompeo became the highest paid woman on television at the time, earning over $20 million per year as the show's star and executive producer. After saying that she had a nice chuckle about the spiking ratings after Derek's on-screen death, Pompeo revealed that she felt as if Martin Henderson's Dr. Riggs was an unwelcome addition to the series on principle. But the truth is, quote, the ink wasn't even dry on Dempsey's exit papers before they rushed in a new guy, Pompeo recalled, saying she was on vacation in Sicily and trying to relax when she started getting messages about potential love interests for Meredith in the upcoming 12th season. And they're sending pictures, Pompeo said. I was like, are you people effing nuts? Why do you feel that you have to replace this person? I couldn't believe how fast the studio and the network felt like they had to get a you-know-what in there. She continued, we brought in Martin Henderson, but they didn't love the storyline, so that ended. She's right, frankly. Nobody loved that storyline. Nathan was a perfectly fine character, but the weird need to immediately pair up Meredith, a mother of three and pioneering general surgeon, was just off-putting. And his character bore the brunt of that frustration, so how did Henderson feel about the exit? Yeah, that's basically the quote that we went over, I think. Talking about the short-term contract. It's my final year. Expecting it to be wrapped up, et cetera, et cetera. It's been a fun couple years on the show. Well, there you go. I mean, hey, as long as you got paid and it's another, feather in his cap, it's another tagline on IMDb, that's paying work, which is good. Interesting. So clearly, Ellen did not enjoy the storyline. That's so funny. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I can kind of see why, she felt that. I mean, that was such a huge emotional weight of having McDreamy, sail off into the sunset. Huge part of the show for, 12 years? 12 seasons? Let that lie. Make her, try to figure her way through that. Instead of just immediately, here's another guy. Catch. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can see why she was pretty perturbed on that. All right, let's go ahead and check out Meredith with somebody else. The person that came before. I should have reversed the order of these. But this is Meredith and Derek, That Girl's Heart. Let's go ahead and pull that up and jump in.
It took me a long time to find him.
Just a girl in a bar.
Just a guy.
And even
Oh,
then, it took
that's
me a
why that
long
person
time
was
to
like,
even know.
if the show doesn't end with her walking in a bar and it's Riggs. Oh.
That I wanted him.
I can't breathe with you looking at me like that, so just stop.
To be married, to be his wife, to have his kids.
But Derek, I love you.
He hurt me. When he chose you.
You're staying with her.
She's my wife. And when I have a choice today, choose wrong.
You want to know why I'm not ready to build a house with you? This is why, because I cannot trust
You
you.
can't trust anybody.
You don't get to just stand here and tell me.
This is what you want. I'm giving you an out.
Do you know what kind of miracle it is that Derek is who he is?
I'm not going anywhere.
I said leave! Meredith, leave!
No running. Ever. What do we want to promise each other?
That you'll love me. Even when you hate me.
And I lost so much.
So did I.
You don't get to call me. You think I sound like my mother? You do.
I have no reason to trust you.
You should go to DC and shine there.
This thing with us is finished.
Good, go.
Oh, I'm going.
No, I mean it. Go now.
I thought DC was everything.
You gave up everything. That was everything to you?
I love you. And I'm not going to stop loving you.
Is that what you want to talk to me about? While I sit here with my sleeping children, you want to talk about killing my husband?
Oh my gosh.
Derek was epic for her. They were the great love story. I mean, that girl's heart beat for Derek Shepherd.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Whoa. They went through some things, didn't they? Ups and downs and everything you could possibly go through. Wow. Link down below in the Netflix YouTube video description. I don't know where my brain is. Go ahead and throw it some love. Oh my gosh. What a wild love story that is. I feel like if I read the storylines for them, it would read very much like if you've seen me go over and start reading the storylines for soap operas, soap dramas. It was, Netflix. It was crazy. Just like up and down, you don't know where it's going kind of thing. I bet if I did that for Grey's Anatomy, it would be very similar. Very similar. But let's go ahead and pull up some information on Meredith and Derek. Wow. Oh, the ups and downs. There's so many of them. It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster of emotions. A complete timeline. Here we go. Oh, well, this is literally what I was asking for. Exiting the series in season 11. Meredith and Derek's story continued after Derek's death. Season 1, episode 1. It started as a one-night stand. And wow, look how dated that photo looks. That's all the way back on the pilot. Whoa. Viewers first met Meredith and Derek on the floor in the living room of her mother's house. They had met at Emerald City Bar, aka Joe's Bar, the night before and hooked up. On her first day as a surgical intern at the hospital, Meredith learned that Derek was a neurosurgery attending and her boss. Oh boy. They couldn't resist each other and eventually started dating. Season 1, Episode 9, Meredith learned she was the other woman. Oh boy. She memorably told Meredith that Derek was married by calling Meredith the woman that's been screwing my husband. Ooh, that's a harsh title. Whoa. It's not one that you want on your resume. I'll say that. Season 2, Episode 5, Meredith begged Derek to love her. Oh, this one. Oh, this. Here we go. Quote, your choice. It's simple. Her or me. And I'm sure she's really great. But Derek, I love you. In a really, really big pretend to like your music, your taste in music. Let you eat the last piece of cheesecake. Hold a radio over my head outside your window. Unfortunate way that makes me hate you, love you. So pick me, choose me, love me. You know, that's a really sweet gesture. I mean, those are very sweet words. Is it a little cringy? You know, pick me, choose me, love me? Yes. But I think what she realized is the fact that she could live happily with him forever. And her being the quote-unquote other person didn't quite rise to the amount of her saying, I'm willing to forego this completely. You know, it was probably pretty awful to begin with, I'm assuming, right? Nobody wants to hear that. You're the other person. But for sure, she saw enough in that, enough in their relationship, enough in him to at least look past that, which is, I mean, that takes a lot. That takes so much. I personally, when I'm putting myself in her situation, I am not looking past that. Maybe, you know, maybe her feelings were just so, you know, hard and she was ready to go. She was just like, all right, this is the one. I'm good. That other news is terrifying and terrible, but I'm going to stick with this one. Oh, boy. I don't think I could look past that. That is pretty brutal news. And my thing is, if they were willing to do that for you, aka cheat on the person that they were with for you, I would be pretty hesitant and thinking that they might do it to me. You know, maybe it's not a pattern, maybe it is. You don't know. It's taking a risk. It's rolling the dice. Which, honestly, that's what love is anyway. That's what relationships are. You're literally just rolling the dice, hoping that the other person means what they say, right? But I don't know. That's quite a risk. That's a huge risk. Ultimately, Derek decided not to sign his divorce papers and instead work on his marriage to Addison. Ouch! Oh, oh man. To go through that speech, which is literally, if you're thinking about it, it's kind of groveling, right? It's cringy. It's really, you know, wearing your heart on your sleeve kind of stuff. It's really just opening your chest and going, hey, here's everything. Please. Please don't make me regret this. Ultimately, he did. He did make her regret it. That's so brutal. Season 2, episode 27, Meredith loses her what at the prom? Her what? Wow. Meredith and Derek couldn't resist each other. Though they came with other people, they got it on in the exam room. When they were interrupted, Meredith hastily got dressed and lost her underwear. Found later in Derek's suit. She pinned them to the hospital bulletin board. Season 3, episode 25, it was so over between Meredith and Derek. Also, pretty sure hospital worker is pretty high on the list of infidelity professions, if I'm not mistaken. Airline, hospitals, that kind of stuff, like pretty high. It was so over between Meredith and Derek. The House of Candles, season 4. Pair were dating other people while conducting a clinical trial to cure a specific type of brain tumor throughout season 4. Derek was going to sell the land he bought to build a house for him and Meredith because she wasn't ready to commit and start a family. When their final clinical trial patient lived, Meredith showed Derek she was ready to commit by building the floor plan for her house out of candles on his land. Wow. And they were still dating other people? Like, what? Oh my gosh, it's complicated. It's so complicated. Season 5, The Ring, The Woods, and the Engagement. In the middle of season 5, viewers learned that Derek had an engagement ring for Meredith, but after he made a mistake during surgery that killed a pregnant patient he had bonded with, Derek went into deep depression. Well, yeah, wow. That's quite the sentence. Meredith went to Derek's trailer to confront him about his state and the fact that he was going to propose to her. Derek got so angry he hit the ring into the woods with a baseball bat. Wow. Season 5, episode 24, The Post-it Note Wedding. They considered themselves married from then on. Realized they couldn't get away to sign papers, they wrote their vows down on Post-it notes and signed it. Season 6, episode 23 and 4, A Pregnancy, a Shooting, a Miscarriage, and a Dangerous Proposition. Wow, that is a lot. Shot Derek before Meredith could tell him. When Gary found the operating room where Christina was trying to save Derek, Meredith ran in and told him to shoot her instead. Then while she was operating on Owen Hunt, who Gary had shot, Meredith had a miscarriage. Legal marriage and Zola's adoption. Decided to adopt their daughter Zola, an orphan with spina bifida at the hospital. Legally married each other, season 7, episode 20, White Wedding, so they could begin the adoption process. Season 9, Derek Bailey, Shepard's birth and buying Gray Sloan Memorial Hospital. Meredith, Derek, and other survivors of the plane crash bought the hospital with the money they got from suing the former owners. Nice. Season 10, 11, tensions rose because of their careers. Derek would focus on childcare while Meredith focused on her career, but tension rose between them after Derek was offered a job working for the president at the White House. Whoa. He eventually turned down the offer to keep his promise to Meredith and be with his family. Derek became so resentful of Meredith because of his choice that on season 11 she told him to take the job and go to Washington. They were estranged when he left, but eventually made up. Season 11, Derek's death and Ellis Shepard's birth. Derek committed to Meredith, his kids, and staying in Seattle. He was on his way to the airport for a flight to Washington when he saw a car crash as it happened. He saved all the victims only to get hit by a semi-tractor trailer later. Rushed to Dillard Medical Center, life-threatening brain injuries that went undetected because doctors failed to order a CT. He was pronounced brain dead in surgery. When Meredith got there, she took him off life support. Oh, that's brutal. That's so brutal. After his death, Meredith learned she was pregnant. Ooh. She took her kids, left her friends and family in Seattle to have the baby in a secluded town on the beach. Season 17, their love story continued in Meredith's COVID-induced visions. Would slip in and out of consciousness. While unconscious, she'd have visions of loved ones who had died, including Derek. Scenes were on a beach. In one of her dreams, the couple had a traditional wedding, complete with spoken vows and Meredith in a white wedding dress. But instead of joining Derek in the afterlife, Meredith eventually woke up. Dang. Why do people root for Derek and Meredith? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Oh, this will be interesting. So I'm making my fiance watch Grey's Anatomy. Well, hopefully your fiance was open to that idea. And we've been binge watching. This is my third time going through the series, and I just don't understand why people want them together. Oh, boy. Derek is unbelievably toxic, and I don't like him for her. The only thing I like about him is how the show explores his God complex and how it wavers between him feeling like a god and becoming human again. Mare is strong as hell, and I just don't get the appeal of rooting for that relationship when it's honestly just toxic. The one good thing I'll say is that the relationship has led my boyfriend and me to have deep conversations about our relationship, but other than that, what's the appeal? Edit. I'm new to this. I'm only asking a question because as soon as I joined, all I saw was Merdare and stuff. So I wanted to see why. If my question annoys you, just move on with your day. Thanks. Okay, so obviously this is not going well. 35 upvotes, 97 comments. Boy, when the comments outweigh the upvotes, it's not good. Somebody said, and this is the top voted, because they have amazing chemistry. Duh, I added that. And yes, there are moments where Derek appears to be awful, but at the end of the day, he always loved Meredith and the family they created together. He wanted that. He wanted to grow old with her. They weren't perfect people, but they brought the best out of each other. The scene in the elevator before Meredith says goodbye to Derek is the last time many viewers see the happy sparkle in her eyes. And this person says, it's so interesting to hear people say they have amazing chemistry because to me, it's like watching a horror movie of a man manipulate her repeatedly. Wow. It's like they watch totally different shows. That's kind of the beauty of this, right? We all have our own opinions. We all come to these things with different, life experiences, I suppose. But I don't know. That's weird. That's kind of weird. How two people can have vehemently opposed views of the same thing that they've seen. It gets worse before it gets better. I hated Derek in the earlier seasons for that reason. Agreed, their chemistry is effing insane. Definitely off the charts. I think they're cute, and I love them together. To me, they're the most realistic and genuine couple on the show. Personally, I think Jackson is a far bigger jerk with pretty much everyone he dated, and his relationship with April was one of the most toxic ones on the show, but people adore them. We like who we like. That's a good way to put it. I think it's valid to like who you like, but to be honest, I can't remember everything with April and Jackson, so I'll just have to come back to that. I just dislike everything about Derek, to be honest. When I look at the... Okay. I'm going to step way out here and say I'm willing to bet this poster, the original poster, the OP, knew someone like Derek in their real life. Like, this is like vehemently opposed to everything this character is. When he's not supposed to be a villain. Like, I don't think he's supposed to be a outright villain on the show. So something tells me there's more here. There's more here. We're just not privy to it. They are idealized. They represent the type of love people want to believe in. It's why fairy tales work. They have great chemistry, but they create this idea that if they can overcome everything, their love must be strong and destined. I think it's emotional payoff. The love, no matter how flawed, can still be meant to be. I do think they are compelling because they balance enough fantasy with enough realism. Their flaws make them feel human, as they mirror a lot of real relationship issues. People don't romanticize stability. If they were too perfect, they'd be boring. If they were too toxic without redemption, people wouldn't invest in them. That said, let's be real. Men aren't held accountable the same way women are or held to the same standard. So a lot of Derek's more toxic traits are seen as charming instead of problematic. Just my thoughts. Okay, this person said, at least Mark and Alexis' relationship wasn't borderline abusive. So Derek and Meredith is borderline abusive. Interesting. Nobody on the show has a flawless love story. They build up like they all do. Very true. I would assume that is extremely true. I describe a toxic relationship as a spouse being verbally abusive, physically abusive, mentally abusive, controlling, and one being manipulative. Derek Shepherd doesn't fit those descriptions. Derek Shepherd can be arrogant and a jerk, but that wasn't his everyday demeanor. Meredith and Derek had a love for each other that was strong amongst themselves. I've seen plenty of episodes when Meredith put Derek in check for being a jerk, whereas Derek had legit reasons to be very angry with Meredith, but throughout their relationship didn't exhibit toxicity. Their love for each other outweighed any toxicity you said existed between them. Derek gave Meredith everything he promised to give her, whereas Meredith was willing to die with their unborn child for Derek. A toxic relationship was what Alex and Izzy had with each other. OP says that wasn't their everyday demeanor, but neither was it for Izzy and Alex, or even Owen and Christina. I think when I watch them, it's always the extremes of things, and they just stay with each other as if they're twin flames or something. This person responded and said, the first part of Meredith and Derek's relationship was crazy, but their relationship wasn't toxic. It was a roller coaster. Derek was ready to have a serious relationship with Meredith. It was Meredith who had to address her insecurities and trust issues. But when she got her issues together, they resumed with their relationship that didn't consist of anything toxic. So I guess it just depends on what your definition of toxic is. Is it all-encompassing, including literally everything, or is it more narrowed? So this person says the whole thing was toxic, and the other person says, well, okay, toxicity to them is like mental abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, manipulating manipulating everything, basically. Like, that is a level of toxicity, I suppose. I don't know. That's a good question. What is the threshold for toxic relationship? Is it everything you don't like? That seems pretty wide open. Or is it more like, is it just kind of a synonym for abusive? I don't know. Toxic is kind of a new word that we're putting on these things, where I think before it was either abusive or what's a good way of describing that? Roller coaster? I think roller coaster was the longest term that I've used. Where you fight and you make up, and you fight and you make up, and you fight and you make up, and you fight and make up. People nowadays obviously refer to that as toxic, but I can't remember the term that we used to use for that growing up. It was just people that loved to be in drama, basically. That's the drama couple. They fight, they make up, they fight, they make up, they fight, they make up. Or they break up, they get back together, they break up, they get back together. Is that toxic? Or is that just people that really enjoy drama? I don't know. Very interesting. Derek, yes or no, in or out, up or down, live or die, hero or coward, fight or give in. I'll say it again to make sure you hear me. The human life is made up of choices. Live or die, that's the important choice. And it's not always in our hands. died from injuries after being hit by a truck. Well, that is a unfortunate way to go. Good grief. Meredith imagined Derek being with her after completing a long surgery while already being exhausted. She also thought about him as something good to get herself through the surgery. When she was diagnosed with COVID-19, she began to slip in and out of consciousness, often waking up on a beach. Far away on that same beach, Derek stood there, waving and calling her name. Countless times, Meredith wanted to come closer to him, walking only to appear back in the same spot. Derek then claimed that the sand wasn't real, and it wouldn't make a difference if he tried walking towards her. Much to Meredith's dedication to get to him. Afterwards, they got closer and closer to each other and began to talk about their kids, their family, and his death. They had a wedding on the beach and both agreed that Meredith needed to come back because the kids needed her. Derek told her it was not her time yet, so she needed to go. Although she said there was no pain on the beach, Derek sniffed her hair and hugged her while hearing Zola's voice. Meredith then woke up with Zola by her side, and Derek walked away from the beach. Oh, man. That's so emotional. Oh, I bet that was absolutely tear city. Tear city. Anybody watching that? The love story that ruined all other TV romances. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Grey's Anatomy premiered in Australia in March 2005. I was 15 years old. My brain completely squishy and adaptable to the way two characters looked at each other, wanted each other, felt an undeniable spark. Shonda Rhimes is the ultimate master of will they, won't they romance, making Ross and Rachel seem completely forgettable. From the problematic hot connection of Olivia and Fitz in Scandal to the electric hot tension between Annalise and Nate in How to Get Away with Murder. Quite literally every single storyline in all 3 seasons of Bridgerton so far. When Meredith found herself making out with her boss in the lift at work, important x-rays falling to the ground at the time, given I was 15, I didn't fully understand the true complexity of chemistry, intimate chemistry, or the toxic butterflies that come with lust, forbidden attraction, and wrong intimacy. Like the thrill of an affair, having or falling for someone in a relationship. But even as this young girl, I was captivated by the simple idea of wanting someone and in turn being wanted just as intensely. Was that line from Moulin Rouge? Maybe the greatest gift of life is to love and be loved in return. I think that's what it is. As a viewer, I felt just as many butterflies as the bright-eyed intern Meredith Grey. What Meredith and Derek had transcended hot elevator makeouts and abandoned patient room intimacy, their connection more chemistry. They might not have known it themselves in the beginning, but yet with every roadblock they were given, they persisted. Shunned by colleagues, promotions stripped away, professional education restricted. Their story of star-crossed lovers overcoming adversity isn't new. We've seen it in countless stories from Romeo and Juliet and onward. But what makes their love story unique is how this spark they couldn't quite define turned into something real. Interesting. Meredith was thrust into an all too relatable place. Tequila and intimacy. Some may call this problematic, but I call it a well-deserved intimacy capade. A tour of what? I'm dead. That's hilarious. That is very funny. It's easy to draw comparisons to Zooey Deschanel's character in 500 Days of Summer. When I first watched it, my younger self was ready to call her cruel and aloof, unfairly toying with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's lovable puppy dog character. But the truth is, sometimes you meet someone who seems perfect, but they're just not your person. And ultimately, that's why Meredith ends things with McVet. He's stable, kind, and everything she should want, but he's not her person. Well, Christina is her actual person. I sometimes wonder where Finn is now. I hope he's happy. Oh, 500 Days of Summer is such a brutal movie. Oh my gosh. Really sad. What makes their love story so special is that, unlike so many before them, they do work on themselves. And nearly 4 seasons in a house built of candles, Meredith finally steps up. She chooses commitment, a future, the kind of relationship and parenthood that her mother never could. And somewhere therapists everywhere rejoice. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Beautiful indeed. All right, everybody. Let's move into the next one. It is Elite, Season 5, Patrick and Yvonne, entitled Impossible. The editor says, I just watched Season 5, so be prepared for lots of edits. I'm also planning one more video with Patrick and Yvonne. Nice. All right. This is kind of a quick one. It's only 2.5 minutes. But let's go ahead and jump in. Figure out as much as we can, and then check out some context.
¿Y tú qué buscas? Que me quiera como me merezco, como yo sería capaz de quererle a él.
Okay, let's make sure I'm not blocking the closed captioning. My apologies. All right, we will shrink this down just a little bit so we're not in the way of it. There we go.
¿Y tú qué buscas? Que me quiera como me merezco, como yo sería capaz de quererle a él. Me estabas esperando, ¿no? Me voy a vivir a Qatar con mi padre. ¿Qué? Patrick, ¿no? Bueno, por eso. Como somos colegas, no podemos seguir así, ¿no? Amigos, lo que quieras. Pero no me hagas esto, hostias. ¿Tú me has visto? Yo creo que solo te puede gustar mucho. No quiero dar todo. ¿Dónde vas? Tú estás loco, ¿eh? ¿Y tú? ¿Hay una chica? Vosotros sois de 2 besos, ¿no? ¿Esto que tenemos tú y yo? Me enamoro, lo doy todo y huye. ¿Qué has hecho? Me acosté con alguien que le importaba mucho. Que no quiero parar. Igual si quieres hablar de lo que sea, ya sabes que puedes contar conmigo, ¿no? Iván. Patrick. Estoy harto de este puto frío. Mejor que no te vuelvas a estar cerca ni a mí, ni a nada que tenga que ver con mi vida, ¿vale?
Interesting. Wow. Wow. Obviously, they have a lot of struggles. Good grief. One thing's for sure, those private school uniforms look phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's crazy. I never went to a school that required uniforms, so every time I see it, I'm just like, huh, that exists. That's a thing. People do that. It's so strange because I'm not used to seeing, people my age or when I was younger like that. I'm not used to seeing them in school, in a school environment, in like dress clothes, which is very strange to me. But link down below in the video description, YouTube video description, not Netflix video description. For the original video, go throw it some much-deserved love. Also, check out the channel. They do have other edits, as we just found out. All right, let's jump into a bit of information here. Patrivan, I think is their how it's pronounced. The ship. This ship is for mature audiences only, okay? Just want to make that clear. If you're underage, get out of here. Get out. We talk about adult things here. Patrick, and what do you look for in a girl? Yvonne said, what you and I have, a connection, being able to talk about anything or nothing at all. Serenity, intimacy. Ari doesn't know. I was with Patrick. This is Yvonne to his dad. It happened at home and it was amazing, but because it was him, it wouldn't be the same with someone else. Basically confirming his love. / ship between Patrick and Yvonne from the Elite fandom. Elite. There we go. Oh, they have more than that for names. Yvonne Trick. Interesting. That's pretty good. First meet in the school hallways since Yvonne, who has just arrived from Brazil, was looking for the restrooms and asked for indications to Patrick. Patrick seems struck by him and immediately joins him in going to the restrooms. They have a shower together and chat a little, with Yvonne saying that he isn't gay because he saw Patrick giving him glances. They form a friendship where they bond over their will to skip class and their difficult relationships with their dads. Yvonne sends flirtatious signals to Patrick, but then he repeatedly denies the fact that he's gay and rejects all Patrick's seductive advances. At the same time, Yvonne falls for Patrick's twin sister, Ari. What? Which complicates their friendship. Yeah, I would say so. One time, Patrick catches the two of them getting it on a boat. I'm on a boat, yeah. Out of jealousy, hooks up with Yvonne's father to make up for the loss. What? Oh my gosh. That went to 0 to 100 real fast. What? I gotta reread that. Hold on. Yvonne falls for Patrick's twin sister. That's enough to complicate the friendship, for sure. Patrick then catches the two of them on a boat getting it on, and out of jealousy, hooks up with Yvonne's father to make up for the loss of Yvonne's affection. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. How many times have you heard that one person that's just like, oh, well, if you screw me over or something like that, I'll just get with your parent or your mother or father or whatever. And you're just like, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah. That actually happens? What? In episode 5, when Patrick sees Yvonne crying over Ari in the hallways, he offers Yvonne a shoulder to cry on, and the two share a sweet moment on the schoolyard where they talk about what they look for in a partner. Wait a minute. Did he come clean about getting it on with Yvonne's father? Like, is that ever addressed? Or is that just completely not in the story at all? Later in the night, Yvonne puts on some adult content on his bedroom TV, and the two start flirting as they are having fun with themselves to the video. What am I reading? Okay, this is why this is for mature audiences. They both lean in for a kiss, but Yvonne pulls away, last minute saying that he's not sure. Really? Not sure? After all this is going on, not sure. What? Oh my gosh. Which causes Patrick to get angry. Yeah. Patrick then goes to the guest room and considers Yvonne's dad's offer to sleep with him instead. What? What? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is craziness. Craziness. Oh. Wow. Yvonne confronts Patrick in the hallway, finally confesses his feelings for him. Oh. Unfortunate for the dad there, I guess. I watched this show, and yes, it's not for kids. Well, there we go. Confirmation. Confirmation indeed. Two end up making love that night, and this event reaffirms their feelings for one another. At this point, it seems like Yvonne has decided to move forward with Patrick since they shared such an intimate and sensual moment together. However, this all crumbles when a charity party has place. This all crumbles when a charity party has place, and Patrick is assigned to Yvonne's father, Cruz, and Yvonne is assigned to Ari. Oh boy. After spending the night with her, he catches Patrick and his father making out in the pool. Oh boy. Shows a heartbroken expression. Yeah, I bet. Yvonne confronts Patrick about this the next day at school in the locker room and demands Patrick to stay away from him and his life. Once again hurt by Yvonne, Patrick continues to see the father. Oh my gosh. What? In episode 7, a heartbroken and disappointed Yvonne after discovering his dad and Patrick's fling. That's so crazy. I mean, that is irredeemable. There's no coming back from that. Like, there's no like, oops, had a little fling with your dad. Anyway, about us. Like, there's no smooth transition out of that. Like, what? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so messy. That's so messy. That's so crazy. Accompanies Isadora to Ibiza, where they party, trying not to think about anything. Drunk and high, Yvonne dials Ari by accident thinking it was Patrick, leaves a voice message where he declares his feelings for him. Ari plays the message for her brother the following day at school, but Patrick denies that it was meant for him, still hurt by Yvonne forcing him out of his life. I mean, come on, cry me a river. Hurt by that? You were getting it on with his dad. Like, what? You have no sympathy. Like, none. That's crazy. In the final episode, Cruz arranges a meeting with Patrick and Yvonne without any of the others' knowledge in an attempt to get the two boys together since he understood that they truly love each other. Oh, wow. He finally came around to that conclusion, huh? Oh, my gosh. Oh, I haven't even seen this, and I'm just in it. However, Yvonne storms off in a fury. Cruz goes after him, and they reconcile whilst Cruz reminds him how Patrick makes him feel and how special their bond is, which reassures Yvonne of his feelings. It makes him go after Patrick. In the final we used to talk about you all the time when we were having fun. It's like, ugh. In the final moments of the episode, Patrick is crying desperately, seeing his father being taken to prison. What? And Yvonne, who is looking for him, reaches him and embraces him to give comfort. This moment insinuates that they're together now. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to read all that because I don't want to spoil it. Obvious reasons. But yeah, that is, whoa. Is Cruz a manipulator? I mean, you know your son has feelings for this person, so then you start getting with that person. It's like a weird in-family jealousy thing or something. I don't know what's happening. Prison, where'd that come from, right? I have no idea. No idea. I think a few details were left out. In season 5, Cruz tells Patrick that Yvonne is into Ari and that it's nothing personal. He then tells Patrick whoever he ends up with will be the luckiest guy in the world. Later, both him and Patrick end up making out in Cruz's pool. To me, it was evident from the first episode that Cruz was into Patrick, As soon as Yvonne invites him over, Cruz clearly checking him out. I think Cruz told Patrick Yvonne was into Ari so he could have him to himself. Also, what are the ages here? I was thinking that as I was reading that, and that's the first thing to add on. I think a lot of people forget Cruz is a full-grown 30-something man, and Patrick is like 17 when they first hooked up. Ooh. We didn't forget, Cruz says to him, "I don't have time for this kid stuff." And Patrick replies, "Then don't hook up with kids." Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, boy. 3 minutes later, Cruz is telling him to sneak into his bedroom after Yvonne falls asleep. Yep. Patrick might have more experience with men, but he's an insecure boy with daddy issues. Cruz is worldly and closer to 40 than 30. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. Oh, boy. As someone in their 20s dating someone in their 40s in a very loving relationship, it is problematic. Maturity is not the same as emotional maturity, intimacy maturity. And neither of those are the same as just general life maturity. Also, manipulation can happen regardless of maturity. The main problem is the power dynamic. Cruz was a famous and rich football player who was autonomous, and Patrick was a teenage schoolboy with daddy issues. Both were discovering themselves, but you see the difference in power dynamics here, correct? Yes, Cruz groomed the ever-loving S out of Patrick. That wasn't the one and only time. He kept building Patrick up and telling him how great he was in hopes that Patrick would choose him. Oh, boy. When Yvonne shares his feelings about Patrick, Cruz's response isn't homophobia. He's upset that Yvonne is his competition. Whoa. Oh, man. Father and son fighting over the same love interest. There's layers to that. Good grief. I'm getting vibes of like, I'm getting the summer I turned pretty vibes. That's crazy. Cruz did both those boys dirty in season 5 and kept it up in season 6. He tried to be a decent human being on occasion, but most of the time he was pretty selfish. Makes me wish he had just kept to himself, throwing wild parties and doing drugs. Hopefully with grown-ups. In Spain, the age of consent is 16, and Patrick was way more experienced than Cruz. Cruz did not groom Patrick. Did he make a mistake getting involved with Patrick because he's the love interest of Yvonne, though? Yes, he did. Okay. We got that person coming in out of left field going, hey, but the age of consent. Legality and morality are not the same thing. Was Cruz able to have intimacy with Patrick without going to jail? Yes. Did Cruz use his life experience to say and do things in order to elicit a certain outcome in a way that was over Patrick's head because he was so young and naive? Yes. Patrick might have had more intimate times or moments, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out... I'm not saying that. Stick something in place. Yvonne had never had intimate relations with a man, and he figured it out just fine. But what Patrick didn't easily figure out was that Cruz was picking up on his daddy issues and sliding in as that loving, supporting figure he needed in his life so that he could get to the point of having some fun. If you believe that Patrick had the mental and emotional maturity to get involved with Cruz, do you also feel Mencia had the mental and emotional maturity to get involved with Armando? Oh, man, they went back and forth a lot. Cruz is super manipulative, both to Patrick as well as Yvonne. But dang it, did he and Patrick have some awesome chemistry? Okay, well, that doesn't make up for it. That's still weird. Oh, interesting. Any notion that Cruz was a manipulator requires conclusion as to motivation, not in evidence in the dialogue. And it's homophobic. Dozens of examples in films of a mother being attracted to her son or daughter's male friends, and it's played for laughs in film comedies. Old women that are turned on and the age difference. Our popular culture is filled with heterosexual couples married with children where the age difference is 20 years. So it's okay for heterosexuals, but not for gays? I don't think anybody's trying to claim that. I don't even think that was brought into the equation here. I think it's just creepy, period. Like, regardless of anything. Like, I felt when I saw Pretty Little Liars, the pilot episode, and as soon as I saw her looking at the teacher and the teacher kind of looking at the student, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then eventually I saw them start to become a thing, and I'm like, I'm down. I'm done. I give up. I'm out. Cut the show. Yeah, no, it's a big no for me in any direction. Like this is just, come on now. You do realize you're painting Patrick as a male Lolita in this post, right? It wasn't Cruz's fault. He was just drawn in by how irresistible Patrick was. You're making a Lolita argument. Thank you. I also want to add that me claiming Cruz as a manipulator, this is the original poster, isn't homophobic in any way, shape, or form. Plenty of evidence in the dialogue that Cruz is a manipulator, but if you want to be blind, so be it. Yeah, that was completely strange. Having a different standard. Who's having a different standard? Man, that's the problem with some of these... That's the problem with some of these posts, is that it's just like, I get it. Everybody should have an opinion in these, but where was that even in the post at all? That's crazy. Man. Elite writers had something special with Yvonne and Patrick as a couple, but they ruined it on season 6, and the ratings for season 7 are reflecting it. Ooh. How did they ruin it? The show is too ridiculous now. Schoolgirls walking around with just a bra and a skirt at school? Anita looking like a drag queen, ? I can't say that word. Relations between a mother and son? Oedipus complex? I'm just done. No wonder the ratings have been crap. Killing off Samuel as well as ruining Patrick and Yvonne. Ruined it for good. Did they seriously have a relationship between mother and son? Oh boy. It's a shame that Patrick and Yvonne couldn't get drama that wasn't a love triangle or love square. They dipped back in the same well with having Cruz cause drama for Patrick and Yvonne in season 6, episode 1, and then Yvonne sleeping with Ari in episode 5 of season 6. Couldn't they have been more creative? Out of all the couples, Elite put the most effort into Sarah and Raul. They got 14 episodes, all of season 6, and then 6 episodes in season 7. Patrick and Yvonne realistically existed for what, like 3 months in Elite time? And that was off screen mostly. Yvonne literally wanted nothing to do with him other than get it on while drunk. Then he suddenly is hit by a car and cannot delete the message he left. That's not true. Yvonne wasn't drunk when they first got it on. They were a happy couple in the beginning of season 6. Why are people obsessed with it? Gross. Patrick slept with Yvonne's dad. Yeah, that is gross. And Yvonne slept with Patrick's sister. People still wanted them to be endgame just because they're hot. That might be real toxicity. I think when we were talking about the last one with Meredith and Derek and whatnot, I was like, I don't know. That's just kind of up and down stuff. This is like straight up toxic. 100% toxic. You're getting it on with their siblings and relatives. It's like, all right, something's wrong. Something's seriously wrong here. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Chemistry, said the OP. Chemistry between the actors is everything in a fictional show. If it's not any good, you won't have a bunch of fangirls making edits or writing fanfics about it. Hence, no secondary marketing for the show. It's what it is. %90 of the couples on the show don't become endgame. The 10% goes to Cayetana and Felipe, since she got her happy ending at least. But I feel for you, it truly sucks that one of your favorite shows gets ruined due to changing of writers. Ruining character development, love triangles most fans didn't want, unnecessary storylines, disrespecting an OG character by killing him off. Just tear a page from my book and just stop writing. Just stop watching. I quit after season 5. Wow. Season 7's the worst. Authors have absolutely nothing to do with it. The story was toxic and poorly written. 2 actors are attractive and they have great chemistry. They got along well behind the scenes, which is evident. If you watch interviews, the actors mentioned that they improvised a lot. Interesting. I'll say this. It seems like a lot of people are saying their story was ridiculous or it's too much or whatever. If the whole show is that kind of feeling to it, like it's meant to be wild and crazy and everything that you would not expect, etc., I think that's totally fine. As long as everybody's having a wild time, I think it's fine for the tone of the show and whatnot. If it's just one pairing that's having like the weirdest, wildest time, then that gets a little strange. But it sounds like everybody else was having kind of a strange go of it as well. Mother and son? What am I missing? It was a lot. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. But hey, I mean, I kind of relate to this in a little bit because I used to be, well, I guess I still kind of am, but it hasn't been on in a while. Nip Tuck was just an amazing show. It was really something. It was Ryan Murphy, I think his first foray into cable television in the US here, and he was really pushing buttons. Like, it was surprising how much they were getting away with on that show. And then it just got weirder and weirder and weirder, and it was just getting stranger as you went. Like, as the seasons progressed, things got crazier and crazier. And I was just like, where is this going? Like, the story became almost laughable in a way. Because they were just trying to one up. And it just got a little weird. So maybe it's kind of heading in that direction a little. Like, they're trying to one up the last season and make it crazier. And I mean, if you're already having like one of the couples, I like this series, but the story goes too far. Yeah. Kind of sounding like it. I don't know. Maybe they got stuck in that loop of trying to make it crazier. How do we get more buzz for the show? Well, let's have the dad get with the son's love interest, one of the couples of the show. Let's throw the dad in there and create a love triangle and whatnot. First season's great. Nice. Well, that's kind of interesting. I would actually agree with, I kind of feel the same way about Nip Tuck, frankly. First season was good, shocking, interesting. And then it just kind of kept going and going and going. I'm like, all right. I don't even know what the story is at this point, and it's just getting weird. Maybe it's a similar trajectory. Andre explains what it was like creating those intimate scenes with Manu on Elite in celebration of Pride Month. Let's see. Got to see the first 3 episodes, and they're just brilliant. Did you audition for Yvonne, or did you audition for another role, and they like you so much they found a place for you? From the beginning, a test was for Yvonne. My material, reels, photos, etc., was sent by my manager to the casting producers, and then I participated in some virtual auditions, while later I got the good news. What was it like coming into an already established cast? For the first moment, I was so welcomed by everyone that it was easy. In addition, the cast was used to adding new members every season. Last season, Manu, Carla, and Martina joined, and this season not only did I join, but so did Valentina and Adam. He worked alongside Manu as Patrick with some pretty intense scenes. That's what it sounds like. What's it like to film those? Does it ever get awkward, and are people around making sure everyone's comfortable? A intimacy coordinator, or I think they're called. It's great to work with Manu, a super professional actor, as well as a kind and generous person. On top of that, he's now my friend. About the intense scenes, I feel protected by the character. It's Yvonne on the scene. That's true. That's a good way to look at it, actually. Not Andre, and the team around us only helps. They're always making sure we're well supported, not just in those scenes, but in all of them. In fact, you kiss a lot of people in just the first 3 episodes. Did you know that going into playing the part? Did you have any doubts about playing Yvonne? And Andre said, I had already known since I had watched Elite. I also had information about the character. I had no doubts about playing Yvonne. I always look for references in actors or movies that I like, but there's no one in particular that inspired him or based off to play Yvonne. Favorite part about playing him, complexity of his personality speaks to me for sure. He's a character with many layers, and that's amazing for any actor. Yvonne's home life is very interesting. It's like you're the adult and your father is the kid in a relationship. Oh, boy. Oh, God. What was it like playing the adult in the family dynamic? Andre said it's definitely good. It's good definition of his relationship with his father. I always define the two of them that way. It's very interesting to play the adult in the family dynamic, mainly because it's something new in my career. Until this role, I acted as children who behaved like children, but Yvonne feels like the need to take this position because Cruz is not exactly an example. When it comes to responsibility, laugh out loud. Oh, man. What does Yvonne even want out of life? He teases Patrick and then goes behind his back and kisses his sister. Like, what? Why do you think he does that? And Andre says, I can't give any spoilers, unfortunately. What's costume like? I feel like you're either in a school uniform or not dressed at all. What a question. What? What an odd question. That one should have been left in your head, I think. I recommend people to watch the first season, but after that, don't watch it. Well, there you go. Recommendation, watch the first season. Don't watch anything after that. Just the first. Yeah, this question. Good grief. You got to cut some questions. You can't ask every question you got. That one was a weird one. That's definitely one way to change the vibe of the interview. You know what's interesting is that throughout the rest of the interview, he was giving like really thought out, interesting answers, multiple sentences. And then after that, he just one quick One quick line, couple words. Boy, that was oh my gosh. What a show. Oh my, I had no idea those twists were coming. No idea. Boy. Interesting first season. That just gets stranger and stranger. You know what? I kind of respect it. I like it. I like the show that's not afraid to take risks. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next video. This is back-to-back Dan and Phil. This was posted 1 year ago, celebrating 15 years of Dan and Phil. Our Faniversary Newlyweds game. This will be interesting. This will be interesting. I enjoyed watching the Newlywed Game when it was back on. I would watch it on, you know, those game show TV stations or whatever, where they would show like classic game shows, and Newlywed Game was definitely one of them. Pyramid or something. It was always fascinating to me. I love that stuff. So this would be pretty interesting to see how their answers match up.
Hello, Dan and Phil Games anniversaries.
And goodbye, because we have been doing this for too long.
We've known each other for too long.
It's over, people.
We've said everything we need to say.
You ready to have an existential crisis? This week.
Hello and goodbye.
15 years since the start of Dan and Phil.
How? How is that possible? When I'm only
What the
That's
hell?
crazy.
25.
Yes, okay.
So we thought it'd be a good idea to test how well we know each other by playing the Newlywed Game.
Because what
In
is a better
retrospect,
way to
it's their
sum up
15th
15
relationship
years
anniversary?
of speculation
Oh my
and
gosh.
bullshit conspiracies.
Yes. So you're saying there wasn't a wedding? I guess you should come to our tour and find out. We discussed
That's
that.
a threat. What
Yes.
does that mean to people that don't know what you're talking about?
The wedding.
See you in Australia soon.
And before we begin,
Do you want to celebrate how much time you've wasted
Yes.
being in the Dan and Phil verse? Well, check out the 2009 core Faniversary merch.
it's limited edition. You can grab it by clicking
This is
the
going to
link
be
below.
one and done.
Yeah.
If you're here now, it's boom. It's super limited. You had to just simply
Before
be
the hard
so
launch is
online
wild.
in
That
Dan
is
and
kinda
Phil that
crazy.
You're
Yes.
aware of the 15-year anniversary and see this video to see it. So snatch it, and then when you see someone new in 2 years, rub it in their face physically.
I feel like we've cultivated the 2009 vibe with this one, though.
I feel like that was
Yeah,
pointed
I
at
love
me
it.
directly.
It's giving
No, but seriously, imagine it.
so in right now.
Yes.
We met someone that was like, "Hey, my teenage brother's really into you." Like, what do you mean? It was like, well, he's just like so interested in like old school emo culture. Okay, really?
I
Well,
mean,
tell
sure.
your 13-year-old brother
Wow.
he's got great taste.
Yes. Dan has handily printed out these signs.
Graphic
We've
design
got
is my
P-Dog
passion.
and Danny Boy. What?
Really?
Wait.
I love those
Okay,
classic
this
Word
side.
doc.
And we asked
Word arts.
you to send in questions because, you know, this is a community affair.
It is.
These last 15 years. Couldn't have done it without them. So why not let them ask the questions?
Ask the questions.
Exactly.
You are our third in this video.
Do you know what that means?
The questioning third.
What?
Let's just do it.
It's too late.
Let's just
it's
do
too
it.
late. He said it now. If we do not agree every single answer,
We must agree.
Like me and Phil are so cooked mentally.
Yes.
We have reduced into a single broth. We are like the most diluted French sauce.
We are
mentally.
One
and
brain
the first
cell.
question is,
They share
who
it.
would be caught tied to the wall at FurCon? Phil, explain your example.
I was trying to think of
questions.
something unhinged
From
and something
wholesome
normal.
to something normal. Right, we're doing the thing, we're
Okay.
playing the game. Who
the
cares
answer
anymore?
is Danny Boy. Do we even have to say anything?
No comment. Okay.
Although I feel like I get myself into some kind of jape where that would happen accidentally.
100%. There would be someone that came as a spider that's created like an elaborate nest, and
Yeah.
then you would trip into it.
I mean, it sounds fun to me. Who's most likely to say, I'm about to bust when something satisfying happens? Danny Boy.
I feel like I say that
You
regularly.
say that a lot. You said that like in front of my
I
grandma.
say that when I'm like having a smoothie.
Oh, no.
I'm about to fucking bust. Sometimes you are though. You
You know
know
what
what I mean?
made me about to bust the other day? We got a really satisfying towel dispenser in the bathroom, and it was such a good sound.
I just don't think that's the appropriate use of the phrase.
I heard it. I was like, I'm about to
Right,
bust.
no, Phil filmed it. Oh, that is
So
good.
mechanical,
That is good.
yet creamy.
But it got a hum. It was like. Who is bossier? I can't wait to hear this one.
I agree. I am a bit bossy. I like things to be a certain way.
Phil is what I call a stinky baby sometimes.
I'm not a stinky
Well, at least
baby.
he acknowledges it.
You're
You know?
also. I think we're quite bossy, almost equally. But
No, I just want things that are important to get done when they need to get done. You're like,
somebody bring me my coffee.
I'm just like,
on the tour bus, I'm just like, don't talk to me until I've had a coffee. That's it. That's the only rule.
good for you, Phil. You assert your needs.
I do.
My therapist says I need to do that more.
Get me a drink, bitch.
Who is most likely to cut the video off due to a sponsor?
Oh, shut up. Well, did you know today's video is sponsored by the wonderful Dragon City?
It feels like they've been with us for 15
They
years.
have.
They've been with us more than some of you have.
Just about. And to celebrate our special milestone, they've done something so incredible.
Phil asked for them to do something.
I'm so happy. Because we can't take them on
Oh,
tour,
Phil.
in Dragon City, we can now have the feel.
Wow.
Yeah, you can get a statue of Dan and Phil's plushy seal
On
as
Dragon
a statue.
Fae/femme on your island. Oh my gosh, feel unlocked. Look at it.
I could cry.
It's so cute.
Look at the face on that thing.
I love it.
Adorable.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Life couldn't be better. And if you've been living under a shed and don't know what Dragon City is, it is the dragon breeding, battling, island decorating adventure game. And you can get it for free by
Wow.
clicking the link below, scanning this QR code.
Excuse me.
But not only that, what are they going to get?
They'll
else?
get 15,000 food, 30,000 gold, and this spooky season, the zombie flame dragon.
Half
Yes.
of Dan's life.
Wow.
Oh
Look
my
at
gosh.
this majestic
Look at that
beast.
spicy
Not
guy.
only that, we're throwing in our Flame Susan skin as well. So thanks, Dragon City. Thank you for that bundle of dreams.
I cannot wait to breed that zombie with someone who would accidentally answer the door with no pants on. Wait, let me think about this.
It would be me. Sometimes I leave the door open and forget it's open, is what I'm saying.
Phil would be like, oh, I just felt like there was cloth on my legs. And it's
Yes.
like, no.
I'm not going full
You've
Winnie
been
the
walking
Pooh.
around Pooh Bear for the last hour and a half.
I've usually got my pants on. Who drinks more? Definitely Danny Boy.
Because Phil can't.
No.
Phil's like, I've had one drink. Ooh.
What?
Whereas I'm like, I've had 15 drinks.
Dan is
When
so
am I going to
dense.
feel something?
I don't know.
God, please, just let me feel something.
You're just too dense. I'm a lightweight. I only need 2 drinks. And
That's money efficient,
yeah.
to be fair.
So that's fine.
Phil's out, he'll have a good night for $7, whereas
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
$500 deep, just going, please,
Please. I'd say I'm quite silly when
I
I've had
am.
a drink.
I
Would you say
relate
so?
to
Or
that
would you call it
so
annoying?
much.
Captain Silly, is he silly? Yes, I would say you get more silly.
Silly Billy Award,
I
yeah.
made a YouTube video about this. I'm the clumsy/horny.
That's a bad combination.
It is a terrible
You're dealing with a zip on some pants.
Yes. Who is the gayest?
The gay, I feel,
What does that mean? Are we just talking about who's just got that raw attraction?
Well, there's a Kinsey scale, right? Who is gayer? I think I'm gayer. As much as I love
the concept of women.
What are you saying? Sadly, I don't get any tingles.
Yeah. Right, let's just move on. Who is most likely to get a tattoo?
Ooh. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I didn't think you'd agree with me there.
I think that we're both scared to commit to getting something on our bodies
Yes, but
in case we hate it.
occasionally I do something unhinged like this.
Exactly.
So
Phil is having a midlife crisis at the moment.
We're
He
not.
wants to-
It's
sorry,
a
no,
twink
you're having
rebirth.
your twink death crisis.
Rebirth.
He's having his aura rejuvenated with blonde hair, and he may just get a spontaneous tattoo.
You never know.
Can we talk about the tattoo that
That
you
checks
almost
out.
got?
No.
I feel like that's accurate.
So
Stop
in
it.
Final Fantasy, there is a creature called the Cactar.
Right, and I almost got the
Okay.
Cactar tattoo.
And there was a cool artist that you followed on Instagram who does
Yes.
like pixel art, and I thought honestly, it's like it's cute, it's nerdy, it's a cactus, it's part of your branding, it looks great.
Yeah.
And then Phil realized,
if you blur your eyes,
just look at the shape.
it looks
of the
like
cactar.
something
Oh.
else. No.
Oh.
Next. Stop it.
You just really do not want someone to punch you in the back of the head.
No.
Because they thought
something else.
And you so nearly did
I
it.
so nearly did it. I almost
You
booked
were
the
like ready
appointment.
to DM the person.
Yeah, that was a sign from
On
God.
your nose
Oh my
as
gosh.
well.
No tattoo. Someone on Twitter was like, "Oh, Phil, you got a boring phone case now." No, it's glittery.
Look,
Wait, you can kind of see it.
Glitter.
See, it is
wow,
nice.
Look at his glitterous.
Yes. Who's most likely to have the next medical emergency? Do we have to say
walking accent and emergency?
That is not
in
even
there?
a question
it's
that
not
needs
an
to be
if,
answered.
It's a when.
You had the eye thing though.
I did have that. You almost poked me in the fucking eye. Keep your hands to yourself, bucko.
I've got over my ribs. That's the last thing now. That was
You've
the
gotten
last
over
one.
it. Do you mean it's healed, or you've just decided you are done getting attention for it?
It's healed, but it kind of hurts if you press it too hard.
Okay.
Who is better at time management? No!
Are you fucking serious?
Look, whenever we're going...
Alright. Alright, here we go.
Here we go.
People.
Oh.
How
Roll
many
the
minutes
sleeves
in
up.
Are we? Ding, ding, ding.
Look, let me just mark my territory.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Favorce is already happening.
Can I get the Trump bulletproof glass?
Look, you're always like, oh, I need to just get changed. I just do this thing again. And then we're 5 minutes late for everything because you're not ready.
I'm not 22-year-old.
You make us late.
Chaotic twink Dan anymore. These days, I'm the one huffing and puffing, and you're like, I'm just putting my shoes on. And it's like, Phil, why does putting your shoes on take 11 minutes? And I'm not saying like Phil's going, oh wait, by that I need to like get a jacket, I need to look at my hair, I need to do my contact lenses. I mean, literally, Phil will be like, I just have to put some Vans on.
Look.
And for some fucking reason, it will take Phil 11 minutes. Every single day we're on tour, your entire suitcase is exploded all over the room, and you're like, I'm just looking for my lens wipes.
Fine. Who snores more when sleeping? When else would you snore?
Yeah,
Like,
wait, what?
Who
When
snores
awake?
more? When wide awake at 12, just sitting there. Someone on the bus complained that they could hear Phil snoring.
I don't know why.
And when he does that, he
It
sounds like a
happens.
feral hog.
I'm aware
He
of
sounds
it.
like a helicopter taking off. This thing's like...
It resonates through the Faust. It must be if I've got a bit of a blocked
How
nose.
do you not wake yourself up?
I do
just
sometimes.
with the sheer decibelitude
Yeah.
of this utterance.
But I'm thankfully it's not every night. Who starts the more arguments?
Oh,
Oh,
no!
here we go.
I don't start
I love-
arguments.
I love how it's an argument to describe who starts the most arguments.
I finish them arguments. You know what I'm saying?
I think Dan is more petty
Phil
about
starts
small
shit.
things.
I end shit.
Dan would be like,
no.
You said the milk was oat, but it's actually almond.
Okay, so I'll point out. Here's the difference. At what point does it become the argument?
I don't
because
know.
I think Phil does stupid shit all the time, and I just observe it.
Yeah.
And by simply verbalizing my observance of Phil's actions,
Yes.
he says that is starting the argument.
think it is.
Phil starts being like, "Don't talk to me like that," and I'm like, "Can I not just observe the fact that you did forget
What you
to
need to
charge the
do is
laptop?"
be a breezy Susan and just let things wash over you like me.
So when
Oh.
you're goofing
Yeah.
and hoofing,
Just don't
worry
point
about
it out.
aloofing.
That's just who I am.
Okay, I think I
Just
got
accept
gaslit.
the fact
Who
that
kills /
Phil
removes
is
the
that.
spiders?
Bum ba bum bum. It's me. Yeah, Dan is terrified of anything
I ain't
insect.
going near that shit. Ugh.
I'm a glass card release kind of
Phil
guy.
will be like, fetch me the jar, chucks it out the window.
That's it.
I'm like, Phil, have
You're
you
free.
looked to see if there's a passerby on the street?
I mean, no.
Just some postman, someone walking their dog, and suddenly it's just like, yeet.
Who's more likely to stand up for the other when a restaurant order goes wrong? Ooh. Danny boy.
Yeah, Phil does not like confrontation.
I don't.
Phil will be like, oh,
I remember Dan doing a stream in like 2016 talking about how no one in his life calls him Danny, but Phil has progressively called him that more and more since then. That's funny. I love how every time they disagree, Phil starts laughing and Dan is like, okay, here we go.
oh, you gave me the cheese super allergy knife bowl.
I'll just eat it anyway.
Tasty.
Yum yum. I have got better though.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Who's more likely to be lurking on social media?
It's gonna be P
feels
Dog.
like-
I don't want to look at that shit.
No, I have to keep Dan in the
Y'all
loop
traumatized
of what you're
me.
up to.
I mean, I'm in the loop of pop culture. I just
Yeah.
don't want to be in my own loop. You know
Yes.
what I mean? And then I go on Twitter and it's like, this tweet is for you. I'm like, I'm not supposed to
Dan
see that.
already had
I'm not
his
supposed to see that with
lurking
my eyes.
Who is a
history
bigger nerd?
with Phil, obviously.
Ooh, I think we're quite tied, but I'm gonna lean into Danny boy for your hyperfixations on random stuff like roller coasters.
If we're 100%.
Yes.
If we're talking like mysteries on Wikipedia, roller coasters, video games,
Yes.
I'm like,
you
yeah.
are deep.
Yeah,
You are deep
I get
in
in
it.
the holes. Like, you're more of a dork than I am.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely way nerdier. You know what I mean?
If we look through our lives, I think the Buffy thing probably
You went
tops
hard
everything.
for Buffy. You can't judge them.
Okay.
That was you.
That's fine.
You took a cardboard cutout of Sarah Michelle Gellar to prom.
Yes.
You're on a
Oh
list
I
my
am.
Which one of you is the
gosh.
alpha?
The alpha dog.
That is a deep, deep cut right there.
Fight.
the
Right,
alpha.
we need to fight right
Fight.
now.
No, we're
Rip
both-
it off.
we're
Mud
both-
wrestle.
We're both betas.
Edward versus Jacob. Let's see it.
To be honest.
How
Sigmas.
dare
We're
you?
Sigmas.
You're just going to go through the whole fucking alphabet.
I don't know
Do you know
what
what
any
any
of
of
this
these
means.
words mean? Here's the thing, Phil. We're both alphas.
Awoo.
Because we're both two Chads that are unapologetically ourselves and
True.
don't give a fuck.
That's what you need to be
No
to be
one
an
tells
alpha.
us what to do.
No, I don't like being told what to do, which is why I can't go to an exercise class. I am the alpha of the spin class.
Someone's trying to tell Phil, do a squat. He's
I'm
like,
like,
make me.
Fuck you.
This is my class now. Everyone here?
Everybody
we're
spin
getting
to the beat.
ice cream. Who's
How
more
about
likely
no?
to flirt with the waiter?
Ooh, I think that would be
Phil.
me.
Sometimes Phil will just be like, the pink drink. And I'm like, why are you giving him the eyes?
I don't know.
He ain't getting paid enough to deal with this.
Sometimes I get some eyes back. That's the only time I do it.
He wants that tip.
Yeah.
Which one?
Ooh. Dan's also oblivious a lot of the time. So like the hottest guy ever could walk past.
I'm
and Dan's just
tired.
like-
I'm thinking about politics. I'm like, just, you know, fucking make this shit obvious. You need to hold up a sign in front of me and I'll be like, okay, maybe later.
Who's more likely to become a stripper? Danny boy. I mean, I think in another life you would have an OnlyFans.
I just think about this and I'm like, if I had to honestly come up with a list of top 5 most likely alternate universe careers,
yes,
OnlyFans would be in the top
It
5.
would be there.
And I don't know how to explain that to you people. I just feel like also being any kind of artist, entertainer, public figure, content creator is very similar.
It is. I would not be a stripper though because I have no sense of dance or rhythm.
No, you'd kill the bridesmaid.
I
for
would
sure.
jiggle in the wrong way
You'd
and then
clap her face into a wall and
fast
get sued.
would squash them.
1 star on Yelp.
Unless they wanted that.
Then you get paid more.
Who is most likely to leave their hair on a shower wall? No! My hair is blonde, you won't see it on the shower wall. It will blend in.
And yet, whom's more likely to leave it there? When Phil is done with the bathroom, it looks like a small nuclear apocalypse has happened
I've got
there,
a lot
okay?
of tribulations to do. Products.
You open things, you just throw the bag across the room.
Yeah.
Phil uses 3 towels
Oh,
every
that's
time
brutal.
he showers.
Okay. Who has a worse sense of direction? I don't know where I am at any point in time. Am I east? Are you west? Who has the highest screen time?
3, 2, 1, go.
Yes. I know it's close, but you are on your phone more than me. You never let your mind
But
just be chill.
oh no, honestly,
Like,
if
ever.
I have to piss and I don't have a YouTube video playing, I'll have a panic attack.
Like
it's a problem.
like there's a lot of just words.
It's
in
not
your
like
life.
brain rot. I'm so terrified to be left alone with my own thoughts. I have to have a YouTube video playing. But if we're talking about who spends the most time actively sat looking at their phone,
Then that is me.
it's Phil looking
Yes.
at TikTok in a towel on bed
Yes.
for 9 hours.
I get some good TikToks though.
Which is why we're late.
Yeah, I could just raw
Which is
dog
why
doing
we're
laundry,
late.
not listening to anything, and Dan's like,
Terrifies me.
what is happening to you?
Terrifies me.
I like my own thoughts. Whom's ass claps the hardest?
Okay. That's not even a contest.
What?
And I hate the fact that I know that.
Question, Phil.
I mean, look. We're not going.
Wait.
All I'm going off is the fact that my ass is quite thick.
It's the
Anyone
facts.
who knows Phil in real life
Yes.
knows he just has a naturally fat ass.
I do.
With a PH.
It's a Oh, it is a fass, because I am Phil. It's the fass. I think it's one of my better qualities.
You can't help it.
I can't help
You were
it.
just born with that dump truck.
Yeah, it means I'm
And
always...
every time you move, it's just sending an earth-shattering vibration.
It claps
Right.
when I stand up.
It has its own gravitational force.
TMI. Hey, look, we've been doing this for 15 years. Who gives a shit? That's what this video is all about, people.
Yes.
You asked, we're going to answer. This is on you.
This is
You
your
don't want to
fault.
know, you
Phil's
fucked
fat
around
booty.
finding out. That's what this video is.
Yeah. I feel like ass clapping is where we end this video.
I feel like we crossed the line with
We
that
did.
one. It's like people say, "Hey, it's the new Dan and Phil." They're so
Yeah.
open. We've gone too far.
Too far.
Too far.
This-
People don't need to know.
And
This
then
is
they got
enough.
even
No.
more
Thanks to Dragon
open.
City for sponsoring us. If you want to get the feel in Dragon City,
The
monument to the degeneracy of our
scan
culture.
the QR code, click the link below. You'll also get 50,000 food, 30,000 gold, the Flame Zombie Dragon, and the Flame Susan skin. I mean, you've got to do it. Do it.
Thanks. See you in a bit.
Subscribe if you want more mayhem.
Like this video if you enjoyed it, for the
More
memories, for
mayhem.
the good times, for getting to know us on a level that
And
you now
also,
regret.
some spooky videos might be on the way.
Oh shoot! Yeah, strap yourselves in because it's about to get dark.
Excellent video. Oh my gosh. So they're pretty much on the same page with most things, other than who starts the most arguments, which then immediately went into an argument, which is just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Also check out their channel. They obviously have other videos that interest you, so check them out. Alrighty, let's bring up some, we might as well bring up some wonderful. Dan has since conceded on the whole is saying an observation starting an argument. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it pretty much is, right? It's kind of passive aggressive. I'm just stating an observation. It's like, no, you're pointing out faults, which then gets people defensive, yada, yada, yada. All right, let's bring up the, let's see. Trying to reposition this. There we go. I think that'll work. Kind of. Kind of, maybe, sort of. All right, I'm just going to have to position it better.
Heated rivalry, heads up, let's go. We got
Okay,
the knowledge.
we got this.
They are covered in
Oh my god. Scott and Ilya.
No, the
object. The throw pillows.
Yes!
The biggest butt you've ever seen in your life.
Ilya Rosanov! My name is Shane Hollander. I only drink one thing.
Ginger beer. Ginger ale. It's the cool girl that...
Rose Landry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get one every day because I'm obsessed with you.
A smoothie.
Yes!
A fruity thing you put on your...
Shane Hollander.
Feet.
Banana socks.
Yeah.
A fruity thing, Shane Hollander.
The cottage.
Yes!
Yeah. The tattoo song.
Oh, the thing she said. Like our situationship, we're playing...
The long game.
Dan and Phil, heated rivalry, heads up, let's go. We got the knowledge.
I'm dead. Playing the long game.
A cunt. Call me a cunt. And really pronounce the T, Phil.
I'm not gonna say, I only say...
Phil, look at me in the eyes and say, Dan, you're a cunt.
On...
And the goat.
I'm only ever gonna say it once, which was in Terrible Influence.
Say it now and we'll censor it.
Really?
Yeah. And really feel it as they were saying. They want to spread the message.
Dan.
Yes.
You're a cunt.
Slap me in the face.
Really?
Yeah, go on, do it. No, other hand. Yeah.
That's my left hand.
Go on, Phil.
Okay. I don't want to do it.
Do it, go on, do it. Call me a cunt. And really pronounce the T, Phil.
I'm not gonna say, I only say...
Phil, look at me in the
funny?
eyes.
No.
I think...
Dan...
I'm pretty sure...
Slap me in the face.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is that YouTube video or part of it. Maybe it's a part that I didn't see where I first saw them. Because I'm pretty sure this is a YouTube VidCon whatever kind of video, because that's what the background is. And I think that's one of the first times I've ever seen them. YouTube React videos, yeah. I think this is my first iteration of them. I had no idea who they were. I thought they were funny, but that was it. That's literally all I knew. It said Dan and Phil on like the little chyron or whatever at the bottom, just listing who they were. And I was just like, I have no idea who that is. That was technically my first introduction to Dan and Phil, was those YouTube React videos. So random, but sometimes as a longtime fanny, I'm still shocked by the Dan curls. From 2009 to 2016, he would not be caught dead without his hair straightener. Yeah, that is definitely interesting. Their styles have changed so dramatically in a way.
We really try when we are given a task.
Yeah, I mean, effort counts a little bit. I think results are more important.
Yeah, true, but we do get good results. Imagine if Terrible Influence Tour was just raising a child.
Ooh, who would be good cop and who would be bad cop?
I don't think you have cops in a parent relationship. I think you just have...
All parents are cops.
No.
The pigs.
In my opinion, you should just both be nice.
Oh, I feel like they'd come to me to be like, Phil wasn't letting us do the something, and then I'd have to be like the wise dad that would be like, well, here's the reason for that.
Do you really think I'd be the one that's like, you can't do this thing?
I think you would be all fun and games.
Yeah.
And then you'd get really tired of their shit. And you'd be like, Dan, deal with it. Deal with it. I've had up to here. They keep coming up to me. You need to deal with it.
I think I'd be a bit nervous about accidents as well. Like, no, you.
I think that is 100% true. And because Phil goes through a bunch of like almost death-defying situations, I think he would be extremely like helicopter parent in a way. Like he would just put that kid in a bubble, basically. Wouldn't put himself in a bubble, but he would put the kid in the bubble.
Can't climb the cliff.
Don't go near the bridge. Don't touch the knife. Don't go near the dishwasher.
Stay out of that tree.
Yep.
Think our kid would be cooler than us.
Okay.
If they took the best parts of us.
I'm threatened by that now.
Would they take the best parts or the worst parts of us?
What is the best and worst part of me?
Oh, jeez.
Your sense of humor.
Ooh. Yeah, depends who you ask.
Curly hair.
Okay, you want them to have the curly hair. Yeah.
I'd hope it would get my creativity. How much screen time would you let our child have?
That is so fucking controversial.
Is it?
I actually don't think the world is ready for that conversation.
I'd say at least an hour is fine.
I think you can watch Bluey.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's certain times, like on a plane, just like the kid on the iPad the whole time. Like,
It's
what
the
we
break
doing?
in case of emergency thing.
Yeah.
Oh, they're acting up at a wedding. iPad. Be free.
Do you think we'd dress our kid in a cool way, like all in black?
I think
All
we
in
would
colour?
encourage them to express themselves.
Yeah, but if they're 3, they can't really say, oh, I want that.
No, they'd look cool as shit. They'd be wearing like K-pop clothes.
Okay, sure.
And then we'd put them into
They'd be
idol
wearing
school when they're
K-pop
4.
clothes.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I think we'd both make good.
They'd look cool as shit. They'd be wearing like K-pop clothes.
Okay, sure.
And then we'd put them into idol school when they're 4. I'm
Oh my! This whole convo was actually so sweet. Yeah, it was. It was. It's kind of interesting. I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, I guess how you are as a person, you would try to like look at your own faults, see about it, hopefully steer your kid in like the other direction of all your faults. So I think that's why I would agree that Phil would be very protective over the kid, and kind of like a, you know, I go through a lot of traumatic stuff, so you don't have to. I think Dan, oh man, I think Dan would be extremely calming for the kid. Very therapeutic, you know, kind of like what he said, very explaining the realities and what Phil is doing, and I think Dan would be much more of like a teacher parent, whereas Phil would be more like the happy-go-lucky, you know, do whatever you want. Yeah, I have ice cream for dinner or whatever. I know it's not something they would be actually such great parents someday, though, if they choose to have kids. True, very true. It's not something they're considering right now, which is completely valid, but I think they would be great parents. Yeah. Dan would be really patient, honestly. I think so. I mean, professionally, obviously, Dan is very upbeat, very on the ball, on top of it, like going for the joke. But I think with a kid, he would be extremely like mellow with that kid. Like super, you know. Honestly, I think he'd be a great parent because he's kind of like in touch with his own emotions really well, and he's been going through that and figuring that out. And I think he would be phenomenal as kind of one of those, you know, kid parent moments where you're kind of going through like a lecture, if you will. I think he would be phenomenal at that. Dan's already practiced at telling people, Phil, not to do dangerous things with scissors or heat glue. True. Very true. I'm just imagining all the random TikTok things Phil would buy if they decide to have a kid. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh no. Oh no. The amount of like baby books, you know, those like how to raise a child for dummies, like those kind of books. The amount of those books would just be alarming. Phil would be telling their kids a bunch of lies because he loves lying. That's so funny. I think that kid would be hilarious. Hilarious. Spending time around them constantly it would just be the greatest environmental like transfer of humor. Like that would just be insane. Truly insane. Oh my gosh. All right, let's hop into the next Dan and Phil video. This is Phil is happy you chose him. The editor said, I love editing my thumbnails like 2019 Phil with the arrows and everything. Just Phil appreciating Dan for 21 minutes. This is going to be just as sweet. They would just be very, very accepting parents, which is great. I think Dan's experiences as a child, as difficult as it was, gave him a lot of empathy. Indeed. Yes. That is an unfortunate reality. If you go through a lot of trauma or, you know, a lot of situations that are less than ideal, you tend to have quite good empathy levels. You're knowledgeable. You're able to kind of navigate that kind of stuff as you get older and would be able to impart that on the next generation. Yeah, that is very true. It's one of the cutest compilations I've ever seen. This is going to be so cute. Oh, this is going to be a whole different, like, vibe, note of Phil. I mean, you do catch it from time to time, obviously, but man, the compilations I've been watching of Phil lately have been hilarious. So this is going to be a little bit of a different vibe. I'm up for it.
Dan did not tell me he was going to go full glam makeup, by the way.
I watched a femboy makeup tutorial on YouTube, and now I feel like I look like a Snapchat filter.
You're like way too pretty. It's scaring me slightly.
That didn't feel like a compliment.
I mean, there was a compliment in there somewhere. This is also a homage to what we wore on our first Halloween together.
Cat and bear. Oh my god.
Come on in.
I feel like this is going to get flagged.
Introducing Dan's alter ego. It's Sister Daniel.
Hello, boys. You've been some naughty bakers.
Oh my god.
Let's get that bread.
Oh my god, I can't handle it. See, I only saw Sister Daniel in pictures, so I can't do it. No, it's making
not convinced
me
he hasn't
feel
practiced
busty baking.
Oh my god.
Some naughty busty baking with the boys.
Oh my god. I forgot the true majesty.
Happy birthday to whomst. Hi, boys.
Oh no.
Look, oh my god. I'm showing Cleve on the live stream.
Oh no.
Wouldn't it be naughty if it fell out? How are you doing?
Oh my god, I can't.
Looks like I'm not the only one showing whole right now.
Stop it.
Fucking hell. Oh my god, no, this is I'm joking, but I have to immediately stop.
Do you need a seal protection as you sit down? The seal of security seal.
Wait.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I am wait, okay.
Be
sorry,
careful.
This is I have got the
Oh!
Wait, oh.
Oh!
Look at that nun thigh.
Daniel!
It's just out right now.
Right, sit down, sit down.
Phil's kryptonite.
Stop touching the chair, you're pushing it backwards.
You're in. Now, zoom, zoom, zoom.
Oh, wait,
we're safe.
Okay, God, that was dangerous.
That was something else.
That was.
How's it
naughty.
feel? How's it feel to be back, Sister Daniel?
Who are you talking to? Are you my angle?
Oh, stop.
Look at this guy.
Oh my god.
All of the light.
No.
Hey girls, how you doing?
It makes me uncomfortable.
Josh Hutcherson's birthday hat. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Little piss goblin.
It looks great.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
This is
This whole live was so
something else.
iconic. I'd request if you to watch it
It's
with
happened.
2 hours.
What is my
long.
life?
What is your life? Did you ever think that you would be doing this?
What aspect of it?
Dressed
Phil?
as a nun on your birthday, streaming to thousands of people? Maybe not. Or do you think you're
Absolutely
always going to end
not.
up on a streaming website of some kind?
Look, there's a sliding doors moment in life. You make your choices, and it could have been worse. It could have been better.
You made the
Let's be
choice.
honest.
Or
Did I ever think I'd be dressed as a vampire with makeup all over my face on Twitch and YouTube? Absolutely not. But these are the choices we make.
I hear there's a whole book about it. Give me a check, Dan. So,
Best
I
live
just
they've
get
ever
Dan's book.
done.
It comes out
Nice.
this week.
By the time this video's up, it will probably be out.
Yeah,
Honestly,
so
just
click
that
the link
beginning
below
was
and it'll
hilarious.
Be flying through your letterbox like a treat for your brain and your soul.
A little bit of Dan in your mind. Like Phil, slipping with a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
And Phil,
Yes.
something I talk about is the importance of having people to support you.
Yeah.
That's been you throughout my life. Through all the little existential crises,
Yeah.
you've been there feeding me snacks.
I have.
And as annoying as you have been, at least you've been there.
Thanks, Dan.
Aw.
That was too positive. We can't end the video like that. Hello from the editing zone. Phil, why are you back? Well, first of all, I just wanted to let you know this video was a mistake. There is hair everywhere, and it's never going to go away. Secondly, I just wanted to say how proud I am of Dan and how he's grown into such
Oh,
an
this is a good
inspiring
moment.
person. And he's so modest about this book, and he's not talking about it as much as he should. So here I am to talk about it, because it's great. I learned stuff, I laughed, I might have even cried. Shut up. But I agree, there's so many things that we need to know to keep ourselves happy. So you shouldn't just get this to support him. You should get it to make yourself that little bit happier. I've just seen how happy he's been since he's found all this out, and I want that for you as well. So I put the link below. He's probably going to hate me for this, but it's too late now. Bye.
Just a surprise from you for the first time. Volt slips his arm around your
Oh.
waist.
Why are you trying to touch my face, you fucking
to take in the
nasty man?
Welcome to my club.
But Amazing Phil is light entertainment, and I've always believed in the power of light entertainment, like making funny videos about my day, making silly videos with Dan. I know how much you guys enjoy that, and that makes me happy, so thank you.
Phil is such a great partner. All jokes aside, not many people would wait 16 years to go public with their partner. No one can deny how much he loves Dan. Indeed. Yeah, he kind of held off for a lot of things for Dan, which is really nice. Really very nice. I mean, he's wow, that is very considerate. That is a ride or die, if you will. That's quite a catch. Quite a catch.
I think it was also brave when Danny Boy D-Slice decided to make some videos about bigger topics. And I know I was making fun of him earlier, but he made those videos about his mental health and his sexuality, and I know how much of a difference that made to you guys from seeing comments on the videos and from seeing you at events like this. So I think that was a really great thing he did. So I think it was also brave when Dan said that he wanted to have a mental health break from YouTube, and he caused the... I'm using humor as a coping mechanism here with the microphone. The hiatus, listen, the hiatus, it was a scary time for you guys and also for me. Because when Dan said he wanted to have a mental health break, I was, of course, like, okay, buddy, and very supportive. But also in my head, I was like, fuck. Because everyone had been loving this Dan and Phil stuff on YouTube. And then Dan's going to go away again. What am I meant to do over an Amazing Phil? Just babysit the kids? So at first I was like, oof, I don't know if I can...
That's so true. That is so hilariously true. Yeah, if he took an even longer break, Phil was probably just like, well, how am I supposed to do all this stuff without him? You know, because at that point, they're probably pretty comfortable and familiar with doing stuff with each other. And boy, that's a lot of pressure. That is a lot of pressure there. I could understand how Phil would also be kind of like, oh boy, oh boy, I have to keep up this entire fandom.
This is a big thing. I don't know when he's coming back. But then I thought, you know what? As long as you guys are enjoying my videos, I'm going to keep making them until Dan is ready to come back. And thankfully, he did come back. But should we have an honesty moment? All right.
It's even crazier how Phil was a pretty established YouTuber before he met Dan, but then everything really became Dan and Phil. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Because Amazing Phil, like, that's its own brand, right? He had been on there doing his own thing. And then it just became, you know, the pairing, the combo content, if you will. And at that point, it's a new brand. And you kind of leave your old brand kind of in the past a little bit, or at least sitting there idle. And then all of a sudden, that collab is gone as there's a mental health break, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh, wait a minute. I have to go back to that. Like, that would be kind of terrifying if I'm putting myself in Phil's situation. Like, obviously, he supports Dan. He wants Dan to take whatever break he needs, hiatus, whatever. But also, I could see how he'd be like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. This is such a huge fandom. I don't know if all of them are going to like just my solo content kind of thing. Like, he hasn't done it in a while, maybe, or maybe he was just worried that so many different people have come over from Dan's side that maybe he wouldn't, please them, satisfy them with his content. Like, that would be kind of terrifying. The way we all freaked out over tiny Dan crumbs during the hiatus, sometimes Dan would just walk around behind the camera in Phil's video and would be freaking out on Twitter. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I kind of feel like that's how people were with Jenna Marbles. Like, they would see Julian's content, and then all of a sudden Jenna would somehow be in like the background or something related to it, and then people would just be like, oh my gosh, there she is. It was like a sighting. It was like an alien sighting. Oh my gosh, it's Dan.
Moment. I feel like the hiatus was actually a good thing. Because if it hadn't happened, we wouldn't be here doing this show right now. So maybe it's good to do the thing that's a bit uncomfy, that you know is going to be better for you in the long run. And I think that applies to this show as well. If we're going to move forward, we need to make peace with the past. And if that involves being a little bit uncomfy, a little bit angry, I think that's better than being trapped in the closet anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Sister Daniel is here to cleanse your sins. The longest
It's definitely
we have
really
ever
good for
been
Dan.
apart is actually 2.5 weeks when you went to Florida.
No.
So
Is that it?
This is about to be dramatic, because guys, I am about to go on a bus to go on tour to America, and I am gone for 2.5 months.
That's a lot of months.
That's crazy.
It's literally not a lot of months.
No.
If you're talking months plural, it's 2.
It's 2,
so
okay.
it's technically the least amount of months.
It's a lot of seconds.
It's a pair of months.
It's several seconds.
Yeah.
This is a truly cataclysmic moment
It
in our
is.
lives, Phil. What's going to happen?
I don't know. I'm going to get a tattoo on my face. But I'm going to have a rejuvenation, and
Are
you'll
you
come
saying
back.
that you're going to get Botox?
No,
You're gonna come
no.
back and Phil's going to have lip fillers.
I'm going to have a tattoo. I'm going to be blonde, and I'm going to have
God, total midlife crisis.
a swag.
Jesus.
I'm going to have a swag about me.
No,
I'm gonna
Phil,
walk like-
don't do the 30-year-old gay, I'm going to blonde my hair and get tattoos
I
thing.
said I
Oh,
want to try
God.
the crisis twink life. We were almost not a thing.
Phil ended up so distressed he dyed all the white things in their house green.
For so many reasons.
But for
Which
so
one
many-
are you referring to?
I'm referring to the fact you sampled the boy pond before
I
you.
sampled the boyfriend. Can I not say
Or
that
the man
I
pond.
dated guy? I don't want to sample any ponds.
The man puddle.
The man puddle? Making it sound like fragrance sticks at an airport or something.
And
What
we
am I
could have
spraying?
been Dan and Pete.
Well, it wouldn't have
Well,
been
I
you,
wouldn't have
Phil.
been here.
There would have been no we.
No.
That's the point.
You would have been Dan and Pete.
I think that Dan and Phil moved too fast.
Oh.
So I'm
what?
not saying that's a bad thing. Oh, no, it is, because I said two. I said it.
Too fast?
We just moved fast.
Yeah, we did move fast. It's because
I
I'm
would
so
say-
much
That
fun.
is definitely fast. They moved in pretty quick. But I guess they were just comfortable with each other, and they were going to be making content anyway, so it just made sense to do that. Now, in most standards, most practice, yeah, that's pretty fast.
Well, here's the thing. I hung out with a few guys prior to meeting Phil for the first time. And it's not that you were so amazing you blew them out the water. I mean,
Yeah.
you are. But I'm saying there was more that every single one of them had a bizarre red flag.
Okay, so what were the red
flags? You know that I met that one guy that all he talked about was trains the entire night. And don't get me wrong, I love a hyperfixation.
Yes.
Don't get Dan going on roller coasters.
But it was trains and sport guy.
You know the meme of the guy shouting into his girlfriend's ear?
Yes.
That was like me in an actual corner of a club as this guy just talked to me about like London tube models.
I'm just surprised you went to the club and talked about trains.
Who does that?
I know.
And then I told
That's
someone and he was like,
crazy.
nah, he took you to the club and sat in the corner and talked to you about trains, does he? Does that with everyone.
Oh. And then the second guy, which we both knew, I feel like was closer to snatching the Dan from Phil.
But he also had a red flag, which was almost the complete opposite of aggressive, very straight acting train guy.
Yes.
He kept singing show tunes and talking in the third person.
Oh, the third person thing.
Phil, I'm so scared that you're going to full government name this person.
Let me say a different name. Gordon likes that.
Gordon? As if I'd have gotten a drink with someone called Gordon. Okay, no
Gordon
offense.
might be
Shout
watching.
out to all the sexy Gordons out there.
Gordon's a gruff
Gordon
name.
Ramsay.
Gordon.
How dare you?
Gordon, these nuts.
Timmy's confused.
Yeah, and I love a show tune. Don't get me wrong. Me and Phil love musical theatre.
But not every day.
I think he yearned to be on the stage, but kept doing it as you were walking
Yearned
through
for the
town.
stage.
Felt very perceived.
Making life a musical.
And then kept being like, it's not very Gordon to order one of those. And look, camp, right?
Kinda camp.
Like high concept character.
Yes.
But I felt like I was in a piece of performance art.
I get it.
And then I met up with you and you said, hey, do you want to buy a pizza from Tesco and burn it in the oven?
Perfect.
And I said, normal.
Phil is happy you chose him.
Obviously in the...
Or should I say, Phil is happy you chose him.
It's over.
Each other without editing it out.
You know what's funny about that? You
Or
can
should I say,
see it catch
perfect.
Dan off guard.
Normal.
Phil is happy you chose him.
Obviously in the...
You catch that, right? It literally derailed his entire thought.
Or should I say, Phil is happy you chose him.
It's over.
Each other without
It's
editing
over.
it out. Touch me.
I ain't reaching towards you. Whoa, okay, he has no depth perception, and
There
he
we
went
go.
for the cheek. That
They
was
touched.
scary there, wasn't it?
Which
Okay.
cheek? People on the audio were like, what?
We had to hide the
Audio
relationship
only is like,
because I was
ooh.
still hiding who I was to my friends, family, myself.
I knew this was all very...
Dan sampled the boy pond before we got together, i.e. Dan went on 2 dates as a teenager before moving in with his soulmate of 16 years, right? Dan was just out there throwing it around all over London. Meanwhile, it was like, 2 awkward dates that ended poorly.
Very sensitive, uncomfortable, and scary for you, so I kind of just wanted to give you time to figure out what you wanted to do.
Well, thank you for being patient for so many years.
That's okay.
Because that affected you.
Yeah, I felt like I'd gone back in a mini closet in a way, which was weird.
And this is why all of the digging from people online hit a nerve, because Phil was my safe space. You know, you were my first boyfriend. And not just like, oh, some guy, that's a good thing to tick off, but you were nice. I was fun.
I
as
tried.
well. Not only did I feel accepted for
He
who
says
I
that
was,
shocked. You were nice and fun as well. Huge. You can tell he really doesn't hold any resentment at all. Phil's the best. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. He kind of said it too. Like he basically went back in time, put himself back in a mini closet for Dan, which is, I mean, that's pretty huge. The selflessness of that is crazy.
for the first time, but I was like, wow, when we're hanging out together, this is great.
We had a lot in common.
Life is fun. We can spend 12 hours a day playing Crash Bandicoot.
What a time.
Maybe sometimes doing some YouTube work. No studying.
I don't think I was a good influence for your law degree.
Everything worked out.
Objection.
You were like a literal ray of light in my life back then. Even when you had black hair, which absorbed all of it. Like really long black hair.
Ironic.
And what we had was the most important thing to me, and I wanted to protect it.
The irony is, I wouldn't have minded talking about this a lot earlier. I mean, you've got issues, I've got less.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you forgive me for years of dealing with my bullshit?
I don't think I need to forgive you. It's not something I'm forgiving.
Well,
I accepted it.
I'm sorry that you.
You can also tell Phil is like, why are we being so sincere? But was also like, wait, it's a serious video. Be serious. Yeah. Yeah. Phil was exactly who Dan needed, especially at that point in his life. Yeah, absolutely. That is like, it was just perfect timing. Like fate, whatever. Just perfect person at the exact right moment. Wow. Yeah, it kind of, you know what? Phil was kind of like his guide, if you will, into that life, into this life. Phil had already kind of crossed some of those borders, and Dan was still kind of figuring out identity and all that stuff, and Phil was just kind of there, existing. Kind of interesting. I saw a comment that said the internet was created for the sole purpose of them meeting.
You couldn't have just had a normal homosexual. I mean, not that
I'm not a normal homosexual.
But you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Thanks.
40.
What? Should he get paid the same when he's just not here half the time? Phil. Okay, Phil's gone furry, interactive right now.
Yeah.
Those are wolf ears. They're not cat ears.
I couldn't find the cat ears.
I thought you were going to come back with the Ariana Grande headband.
Oh, no.
Oh my
It's not
god.
these.
Oh, so nice. So cool.
No,
This
you.
is why Timmy likes you. Yeah.
I don't think we're winning this one, Dan.
All those
Do
other
you relate to
things
this?
are very
Yes.
You
nice.
relate
But
to
being cute is nicer.
Timmy yawns and stretches.
Cat cow.
Timmy has too much on his mind.
Yeah, too much thinking.
Needed.
I agree.
Can I have a nap?
Maybe you come back and see Timmy again.
Sure
Timmy
thing.
will be in his cutest form, not at noon.
Okay.
I can't
my
believe we
gosh.
interacted with it at noon the
I
first
know.
time.
We're corded together.
We're gonna rip each other's heads off.
Invisible thread theory. Did you hear about that? We've got a thread connecting us wherever we go, and if we go too far, we'll have a heart attack. Look, he's dying.
I'm finally
Stat.
free. I'm free. Do you ever feel like you don't have a personality?
What?
Okay, scratch that. Next conversation. No, it's fine. Just move on.
You've got a personality.
Do I?
Yeah.
Is it just not one of the many faces I choose to put on?
Not if you're just like hanging out with me. Like, why would you be putting on a face?
Is it just my Phil face that I've learned to be comfortable with?
Maybe. Maybe you're actually just a vampire and nobody knows it. Obviously, I was a bit sad because I was like, I like this. I don't want to not do this, but I also wanted you.
Pizza Mukbang was right before the hiatus. You could tell Dan wasn't in the best headspace at that point. Yeah, it kind of seemed distant in that. Still funny and obviously having a conversation, but not as I don't want to say perky or like peppy, but like not as in it, not as joyous, I guess.
I wanted you to be happy, so I didn't want
I am
you
listening,
to...
I swear to God. It's just, this is like
Oh my God, it's
stuck
like
to the
attack.
paper. Okay.
But I didn't want you to do something that didn't feel right for you, you know?
Thank
You
you.
should always follow your dreams and your heart and your musty pizza. I did my own thing as well, kept doing Amazing Phil. I did feel a little bit lost in those years, because I was like, what's going on? What is me without Dan and Phil?
What do I do?
You did the Pride show, you wrote the #1 book.
Thank you. I tried to make a TV show, got shafted.
Yeah.
Made a feature-length YouTube video about that,
Yeah.
and then did my own comedy tour.
I developed my own chronic illness, which was fun.
Love that for you.
You did do
Love that
Dystopia
for you.
Daily.
I
That was a
did,
good one.
after the Why I Quit YouTube thing went so well, I was like, well, maybe I can try seeing what I could be inspired. Look, Dystopia Daily was like a web show where I tried to do the things that people liked about my YouTube channel, but within this creative, ironic, late night show about a guy who hates his job having a breakdown. It was too niche.
It was a bit niche.
No, I scared the hose with that one, for
Yeah,
sure.
I think so.
I plugged in the aux cord. People wanted Shakira. I gave them Charlie XCX Vroom Vroom EP.
It's fine.
That, yeah.
Follow your truth.
And then on the other side of that, Phil said, hey, Dan, come back.
I think people just weren't ready for it. Like, if it happened outside of the hiatus and it was just kind of like extra content as opposed to just the only content, I think most people would just been like, oh, this is kind of like an interesting, quirky offshoot idea. This is kind of interesting.
back to the game.
But instead, people are probably freaking out like, this is all we're getting?
Feeling confident about this piece of paper.
This is like the weirdest form of therapy, getting over what we've done on this channel in the last 3 months ever.
We're processing it.
3, 2, 1, go. Bake. Sister Daniel!
Yes!
Sister None is baking! Job scale warnings in the description.
2 of them. You're staying on the floor.
Bitch, you put that there.
Look.
Can you not back up into it?
I have to if I'm being a sexy Dan.
Okay.
This is a controversial.
Oh, Phil.
See, when Dan left me for a while, I dyed everything in the house green.
Phil had a bit of a spiral and decided to. He made his personality. I'm going to dye everything green.
Look, some things worked, some things didn't. This one looks a bit
worked.
moldy.
You dyed a brand new bath mat green,
It's in
and
here.
you took your perfectly cool, perfectly lovely white T-shirt that says iconic, and you made it
I
look
made
like
it green.
swamp piss.
It's swampy.
You made it look like Shrek's sphincter.
There's nothing
Ensuite reveal.
wrong with this bath.
It looks moldy.
It does look
It
moldy.
looks like it's been left out in a post-apocalyptic society.
my
I ruined
gosh.
it.
That was a perfectly lovely white towel. Imagine how luxurious and hotel-like that
green.
looked as a white towel.
It matches the green wall now. No?
When everything is green, it's no longer a feature wall colour.
Everything
That's
should
true.
be green.
Look, sparkly black jumper, 510.
The glittery zebra core.
Glittery zebra.
You bought this for me, Dan. Are you eating?
You can have
Again.
one black sparkly jumper.
Okay.
It is kind of interesting how he does look
Fine,
younger
yeah.
with the blonde hair.
Phil is doing a fashion video because I always Dan's making me laugh.
Who?
Dan is here.
Dan slept in the other bed last night.
Yeah, that's
Excuse me.
crazy.
I was
Look at
gonna
that.
Bringing this up on the podcast.
Look, I wanted your pure reaction. Why did you not want to join me?
What is this public expose? Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, everybody on the internet. I slept in another bed last night.
Why?
There are so many valid reasons why someone might do that.
Yeah, like what?
You could have been gassy.
Yeah.
You could be spreading. I need more space.
Spreading what?
I think sometimes people say in relationships, that a bit of space is healthy. So maybe I did it for you.
Okay, so what was it? Gas? Were you gaming?
I'm not No.
You were snacking without me.
Oh yeah, Phil wouldn't care if I was cheating on him. God forbid I make toast at midnight without involving him in the
That's
butter
so
spread.
real.
You've got to say it now.
Well, I didn't want to do this, but you've put me on the spot now.
Yeah.
So we had a couple of drinks last night. This isn't going where you think it was. And I don't know how to tell you this, Phil.
What?
You're a wine snorer.
No, I'm not.
When you drink rosé, you snort like a goddamn hog.
What?
Yeah, you are so like not like little snork me like.
No.
And I'm
That is not
sorry,
me.
you are not a whispering angel. You are a screaming pig.
Oh my gosh.
You are Pumbaa.
Okay, I regret asking now.
Up in the marital swamp. So yeah, I'm sorry that you forced me to say that, but that, yeah, I did it for space so that I could turn up today and be awake and coherent.
I'm never drinking wine again. I'd rather you were cheating on me.
Compliment me. Hello.
Dan,
Yes, Phil.
you have a magnificent mullet. I'll be like, do you know this guy? He's got a great mullet.
Who have you said that to?
So many people, you wouldn't even know them.
Who the f are you talking to?
People in the streets.
I feel like that wasn't a real one.
Oh, I know.
Phil had his chance and he did not. He literally, 16 years, he can't think of something.
Dan is very funny and also...
Why do I feel like there's a butt coming?
No, and you are a great holiday planner. Whenever we go on holiday, you do a banging itinerary.
Yeah.
You know
when we're on tour,
all the best restaurants.
I resent that it is my job to plan every restaurant, every activity.
And I appreciate that.
Book every hotel.
You're great at Google Maps.
Yeah. That's it. That's my skill.
And you've got a slight woodland
Put that on the resume.
creature energy, which I appreciate.
Oh, okay. I'm a squirrel. You're a hog. Cool. Imagine I had a long and exhausting
made in
day.
heaven.
How would you help me unwind? Slow your roll.
Whoa.
So everybody
Whoa.
shut up, okay? Answer
Whoa.
this sincerely.
Okay. If Dan's had a really stressful day,
like today,
I'll say, Dan, tell me about your favorite roller coasters. Or
what's that game you're playing? Do you want to talk to me for 25 minutes about
Yes.
that game you're playing and what you're doing in that game?
what's your favorite class in Elden Ring Night Rain, and why do you like the bird? And then I'll say that to him. And you love having a 10-minute little chat about your interests.
That is so true. I would change the colored lights in the living room to something fun, like a purple.
Yeah.
And
Party
I would
lights.
make you a little bowl of crisps.
and an icy Ribena.
Oh, I love this.
And I would play some lo-fi, and then I would just leave it there, but I wouldn't interact with you, so that you
Okay.
could just sit down in your sofa crease, and then like the crisps and the Ribena would just be there.
And then I could play a game and just like chomp down on some crisps.
Yeah, and I would never take credit for it. Or, well, you'd never like acknowledge or thank me, but yeah, it would just be
Thank you. I appreciate you. That's nice.
That's actually very nice. That sounds phenomenal. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Also check out their channel. It might have other wonderful edits, compilations on there as well. And if you really like it, maybe you request it for stream. And then we all check it out. Just throwing it out there. All right. Let's go ahead and check out a few more TikToks of Dan and Phil, recent ones, I'm assuming. And then we will begin the rest of the week. Oh no. These weeks, they just keep coming. They just keep coming, folks. I don't know. I don't think we can stop them.
Me up at this point. Hamburger. I'm just so depressed, man. I don't think there's anything that's gonna cheer me up at this point. Hamburger.
This has got to be a trend. That's got to be a trend. Greatest live stream of all time. No sound. Dan and Phil's 1 minute, 6 second live stream. You can hear Dan's screams even muted. Honestly, yes. Can't hear you, divas. No sound. Sound, please. I don't hear anything. Muted. Oh my gosh.
Dan wants to be topped by... He is quite hot. I do see
Have
it.
we progressed as a society where you can just, with your full chest,
Yes.
say, I want
We're just
to
smashing.
date
Years
Nick
start
Wilde?
coming and they don't stop coming.
I mean-
Indeed.
He stands. He's so cocky. Jesus Christ.
Dan wants to be topped by that. Right now.
Right now? I'm joking. We are joking.
Did you prefer him in his business suit or his Hawaiian shirt?
I was going to say the cop outfit.
Oh, no, not the cop. He is quite hot. I do see it.
Have we progressed as a society?
They're forever having mic problems.
He is quite hot. I do see it.
Have we progressed as a... Oh my god, are you okay? Why did you still come to your dentist appointment? And then I'm thinking, yeah, okay, well maybe this was really weird. I go, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And so I go, I'm gonna wait. The dentist comes out of the office. Mr.
Weekly
Howell, are you
Dan
ready?
Howell
And then the
anecdote
receptionist,
features his
being
chronic
normal,
liar
looks at the dentist
yapper
and goes, oh, he fell
disease.
off his bike. And she goes, are you okay? How? And I'm just like, no, don't ask me how. I got hit by a car. But I was like, not in a bad way.
Would you put your finger in my mouth and feed me the coffee like a bird?
Hollander, spread those cheeks. Oh no, that's
Hollander, spread them cheeks.
I don't know that was.
I'm like, ooh, my Twitter algorithm is now Jake Sully's ass from Avatar. Maybe they reproduce asexually by just rubbing saliva into each other's eyes or something.
Boof, 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 boof. Yeah, the sound of your breast enlarged.
That's a noise when my abs knock over a door.
Oh, you want to see blue ass crack? Here you go, buddy.
I was
coming.
just curious if James Cameron had edited a jiggle, and he has. Sex also usually a bit of
James
emotional
Cameron
bonding
is
as well.
interesting.
Doesn't have to be. There's just a lot of slamming.
No, you release chemicals into each other. You know what I'm feeling a tingle for?
Chlamydia.
Some news.
You freak wow thing. Looks like you're like huffing that dust.
Buck sniff.
Old book smell. They should sell that as a cologne.
I got trapped in the most painful groin stretch of my life.
Damn.
Car fuckers is what they call them. Motorheads. Engine enjoyers.
Are you making this up?
Yes.
I was damn spreading that fan all over the place. Yeah. Okay. You're all dogging.
I do.
Congrats. Oh, good luck. Good luck. Well, thank you. We might need it.
Would you put your finger in my mouth?
Oh my gosh. The unhingedness of that is crazy when it's edited like that. I didn't realize how unhinged that episode was. Yeah, when you splice it together like that, oh my gosh, that's crack is what that is. Good grief. Oh my gosh. Oh, good old Dan and Phil. Absolutely love them. It's been such a fun excursion, adventure. I don't know what to call it. Exposure to them and their relationship and obviously their content. And it's been really, really interesting. They're super funny. So funny. They play off each other so well. Oh my gosh. And the fact that they can do anything, they can do a live show, they can do just videos, they can do random videos, they could do streams, they could do like tours, like just unbelievable amounts of talent and funness and amazingness. There's one YouTuber who has been watching Dan and Phil out of context, and I feel like Dan and Phil in context is as much out of context as you need. Yeah, honestly, I don't think there is context. Even if you have the context, it's still chaos. A lot of us wake up and listen to this as we wake up. It's extra wild that way. That's awesome. That is cool. That's a nice wake up. Oh my gosh. There's not many people I sincerely think were made for each other, but I really believe it about them. Yeah, honestly. Is there anyone else that would be as connected, be as perfect in what they do? Like, they do content together. They make each other laugh. They are silly, goofy, whatever. And they also put out amazing content. Like, is there anybody else that you could probably see do that? Probably not, because they also have that chemistry behind them, which is just unmatched. Unmatched. They know what the other's kind of thinking at this point and is about to say. And even then, they can surprise each other, which is really interesting. And you can kind of see it on their faces whenever it does. It's beautiful. It really is. They are two peas in a pod. And, podcast too. They can do a podcast. Like, I mean, it kind of makes sense they can do a podcast. Most of their videos are them talking to each other, but again, add it to the list of things Dan and Phil can actually do. It's talent. Talent for days. Their whole life is just wild if you really think about it, just how it started and where they are now and everything. Yeah, absolutely. It is a strange, and they just happen to be like the same person too. Like, they're totally cool with staying inside and doing their own thing. And yeah, like, that is perfect. You couldn't pick a better partner. Just thinking about their love stories enough to make me smile when other things in the world are difficult. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Radio hosts, TV presenters. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So many voice actors. Yes. The two gorillas. Oh my gosh. Authors. Yep. Just have basically done everything they've tried to do. That's really impressive. That is so impressive. On a career level, that's impressive. But the fact that they're able to do it with each other and find passion in what they do together, like, that's very amazing. Like, that's really cool. And the fact that none of them, like, either of them have shifted and wanted to do something else and, you know, said, all right, this Dan and Phil thing was kind of cool. Now we want to go do this. Like, what more do you want? What more do you want? Still so young in the grand scheme of things. Dan's only 34. He's had his life partner for almost 17 years. Yeah, so much ahead. I don't know what their future holds, but I know it's going to be hilarious. So it's going to be very funny. And there's going to be a lot of people interested in figuring out what happens in their future as well. So it's very cool. It's very, very cool. In the words of Justin Bieber at Coachella, we've kind of grown up together. And for Fanny's and Dan and Phil, that's kind of true. Literally grown up together and getting older and all that stuff. And obviously new generations have joined as well, but the originals, the OGs, they're getting older too with them. It's very neat. Very cool. And with YouTube, it's so much more personal. Like, it's so much more intimate than like movie stars or whatever that you just kind of see on a screen. And then maybe you see, like, I don't know, paparazzi photos or something like that. It's not as intimate. With YouTube and them talking directly to you, it's extremely intimate. So it's a whole other thing, whole other level of connecting with people. All right. On that note, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. We will be back on Friday. I will try to get this on YouTube. Hopefully it works correctly. Get this on YouTube ASAP. And I hope you have a tremendous week. Subscribe to the channel. Follow the Twitch channel if you want to watch live. Join the Discord. That way you're there for the monthly Discord stream. And if you would like to request videos of your own, check out the queue, see if anything's missing. If anything's missing and you want to add to it, become a member today. ToddReacts.com, and certainly add it to the list. Appreciate it. Shout out to all the wonderful members and the mods that work so hard on these links. I appreciate it greatly. I hope you all have a phenomenal week ahead. They said on Patreon the other day they're having the most fun they've ever had. That's awesome. I love that for them. Love that. So cool. And it seemed you can see it. Like, it's on their faces. They're smiling, they're happy, they're laughing. It seems like they're so relaxed. It's just amazing. And from the earlier stuff to now, it's like blossomed. Very cool. All right, everybody, take care of yourselves out there. Stay safe, all that good stuff. Have fun. Good luck with your finals. If you're taking final exams, if you're working, hopefully it's a good week for you. I have my annual review tomorrow, so that'll be interesting. All right, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.